she don't like you.
Do you know what? Even waved then, like he could see me. Gone. Bye.
It's all right.
No, you're in the
know
angle
I
of the
waved.
camera then with just your top on.
Was that?
No.
Alright,
Right, you can go.
That, just had a shower.
Yeah, you can go now.
Bye.
Bye. Honestly, tell you, you don't know what I have to put up with.
I don't know what you have to put up with, Stu.
You don't know what I have to put up with.
I
Honestly.
don't know.
We just heard it.
Yeah, it's horrendous.
It's absolutely.
Change the mic back so that I'm back up to my regular volume.
It is just horrific.
It's nuts.
It is.
It's
it is,
crazy.
It is complete goddamn nuts.
I don't know what to do.
What do you do? How do you put up with that?
What's happening?
Honestly. What is happening?
Something's happening.
Oh, anyway, how are you two?
All right.
Something's happening.
There we go. There it is. It is definitely happening. Soul Brother's in the chat. Say hello, Soul Brother. Hello, Soul Brother.
Soul Brother.
Soul Brother is in the chatterono. Sup, Soul Brother?
Bro.
How's your Sunday night going so far? That's what I want to know. There you go. Must be all right. Anyway, are we getting this shit on the road?
I guess so.
I guess we are.
I guess we are.
Oh, I've got a game
why
to
not? What else do we have to do? Nothing. Wait to die. That's what.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
There it comes, yo. Here it is. Let's do it. What?
Welcome, yo, to the veteran gamers.
Come on.
Chinny, other fellas will tell you about every single game you're playing this week.
Come on.
News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
Uh-oh,
It's the veteran
SpaghettiOs.
gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
It's the veteran gamers.
Won't somebody please think of the children?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Who cares?
Oh, I need your
Switch that
advice.
console
Yeah.
off
See, I
before
got
you
this
have to
friend named
press repeat.
Joey Jojo Jr. Shabadoo.
That's the worst name I ever heard.
Oh, no.
Hi, Joey Jojo.
Hello and welcome to episode 646 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 646. What's up, people? I'm Duke.
I'm a Stew.
And I'm a Chinny.
And I got some kettle corn today. Look at that.
Nice.
How's about that?
What's it taste
Yeah.
like? Is it good?
It's a little sweet. It's popcorn. It's got a little sweetness in it. And
I bet it's got
yeah.
some corn syrup in it, hasn't it? Because you put that shit in
Probably.
everything in America.
Well, there we do.
Corn syrup.
I gotta say, this is my last show
Today?
before summer break.
Wow, Jesus Christ. I
Last
forget
week
how
of school, baby. This is it. It's about to happen.
I forget how
I got
easy
a
your
billion
job is,
papers to
Duke.
grade.
Yeah,
how
so fucking
my
easy.
job is. Look at this. This is just today. I have to have all those papers graded before I go in tomorrow.
Such an easy
So,
job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
off for
so
half of the
easy.
year. He doesn't go to. He doesn't do his job for half the year. He's off.
We do 12 months of work in 9 months. So, you know, that's the way that works.
All I'm
Yeah.
hearing is I get 6 weeks off for one of
No, he gets 10 weeks off. 10
We
weeks
get-
here.
We get about 8, let's see, 4 weeks a month,
Yeah,
2 months. Yeah, it's about 10 weeks, something like that.
10 weeks
But
is off,
again-
Chinny, in the summer.
You want my job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the last time we heard?
I'd have
from
to.
John
I'd have
Mouse?
10 weeks off in summer, Duke. Totally do it.
You,
Go on,
you're
do it.
always talking about taking off weeks, taking off. You just went on holiday, didn't you? I don't want to hear your shit.
I get 6 weeks the whole year.
Yeah.
You
so
get
you
10
get
weeks
4.
just in
I
the
get
summer.
4 more weeks than you. And how many papers do you have to grade ever? 0.
Yeah, no.
You know the
well,
last time
well,
we heard from John
hold
Mouse
up a minute.
was? Do you know the last time we heard from John Mouse was?
No.
Right before he started teaching, probably, which was like 6 years ago.
No, but
So
Duke,
there's a reason
Duke,
for that.
Dude, you don't only get the 10 weeks off, though. Do you get other weeks off during the year? It's not just those 10 weeks, is it?
I can't wait. I love that you're. This is joking. Yes, I know you're just playing.
He's joking.
You
Before you say anything else, Stu,
you got to be careful. Though.
you are
like,
joking.
This is especially right now is the wrong time of year to be doing this.
No, it isn't, because you're off next week. What's the matter with you?
Jesus Christ.
Right. Anyway, how is everybody?
Not as good
I'm
as
fine.
you slacker.
Yeah, no, not you fucking lazy
yeah.
bastard.
I'm apoplectic with exhaustion because on Thursday I did the Timor presentation 4 times.
Oh, yeah.
And then on Friday I did it 3 times, and I have some classes that are year-long classes, so I had to create a new presentation for them, East Timor Part 2, talking
Wow.
about what life was like after liberation and lessons learned from their struggle and stuff like that. So,
Nice.
Yeah, it's been
That's
a
very
heck of a 4 days, and I've been
Heck of a
grading
4
papers today,
days.
and yeah.
Been busy. So is these your final grades for the kids for the year? Is this what they're getting?
Yeah,
Final-
well, we're not doing
ones?
final exams anymore at my school, so yeah, I just got all these things to grade. Look at this to-do list. Look at all them things I got to
Yeah.
grade. And,
So is there a lot of must do better?
No, because our school created a policy where if you don't turn a thing in, you get 50% credit for it.
What?
Right.
That makes no sense. So if you
No, it
don't
does
turn
not.
it in, you still get half the score.
I'll tell you what,
Right.
school.
I
would be
didn't
a lot
bother doing
easier
it,
for me.
and I still got half the
I'd do
score
better if
for
I
it.
didn't turn up. That's what I
Well,
would
yeah,
do.
exactly. I have students who have never been to my classroom and they're passing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
ridiculous.
why is that, dude?
It is.
Yeah. How is that helping those kids?
Because they're really going through some stuff. I mean, look, some of these students are really going through stuff, but like my class is not a correspondence course, you know what I mean? So like they're making these changes to try to help students who are struggling, and I think that's fine. But they're using a one-size-fits-all approach, and the students who are not struggling quite so much, they go, well, I don't have to bother turning stuff in. I'll still get a B. Like, why should I bother?
Peace.
So it's whatever. I've made
but
my concerns known to the administration. I'm not working under this principal next year, so I'm like, whatever.
That cannot help the kid. If that happened in this country, right?
Right.
There would be uproar because that school
Well-
wouldn't be allowed to do it by the education authority. Would be like, whoa. Because the
You
central
know?
government governs what obviously schools can and can't do.
Well,
and
we
that
have
would
school
never get
boards that are
passed.
supposed to be watching that stuff, but our school board has signed off on this plan, and I disagree with it vehemently, and I've let it be known, and that's the end of that. So I got a job to do. I got to get paid, and meanwhile, I got students to reach, so I'm reaching them.
Do your
the
best,
slackers
dude.
are
That's
gonna
all you
slack.
can do. But I'm
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sure, unless the parents are on the back going, "Oh, you get to fucking school and get sorted," those kids will take the piss out of that.
Of
Fucking
course
policy.
they will. And even the ones who have the parents telling them, get it sorted, they're like, I have an A. This assignment's only worth 10 points. Like they've always, look, teenagers have always taken the path of least resistance, right? Shakespeare said in like 1690, love goes toward love like schoolboys from their books. Love toward love towards love from love towards school with heavy looks. So the idea that kids hate school is not new, right? The question is, what do we let them get away with? And what do we not let them get away with? So, whatever. It's old wine in new bottles. There's always some new theory that's going to, change everything for kids and close achievement gaps and yada, yada, yada. So we're not here to talk about that. Moving on.
No, that's not video games. Jesus Christ.
Video games. Who's got a story for us?
Yeah, talking of holidays, I've been on a holiday.
My favorite time. It's story time. Story time.
Yeah, go ahead. I got my popcorn. Go ahead.
Yeah, we went to a lovely place.
Lovely
place. It was a cabin in the woods. It was literally like psycho territory.
Nice.
So this was like full on cabin, trees at the back, trees at the front, and then a bit of a building thing. And it was lovely. It was lovely. Chinny would have appreciated it because the kitchen worktop, I sent him a picture of this, was made out of the slate from a snooker table. And so basically the slate that's underneath the green
snooker
gauze.
It's made of 3 or 5 slate snooker tables underneath.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, underneath the gauze.
So they refurbished the snooker table because snooker's dead. No one cares about it no more. And they
Well,
just
all
made
right.
it.
SLH, I would love to have you in my class. Yes.
So basically, the kitchen worktop was slate from a snooker table,
Yes.
and then the
Right.
kitchen table itself was the base of the snooker table made into a table, which
That's
was kind of cool. But it was only the first 2 sets of legs, obviously because
Yeah.
it'd be enormous otherwise. But they'd done the proper. They chamfered the edges so that it all looked nice, and it just looked cool.
Did it have a rest on the side?
No, it didn't. But they had done a lot of cool stuff in this cabin. Although one of the features, although cool, was a pain in the arse.
Oh yeah. Why is that?
Because they'd used reclaimed floor from a gym for the flooring, from a school gymnasium. So it still had all this, squeaking. Fucking hell! You literally could not move without it making the most horrendous noise.
It was like the LA Globetrotters had moved in.
Honestly, no. Sorry,
Harlem.
Actually, I
The
need to
LA,
clarify.
the LA Clackclicks.
It wasn't squeaking
The
from
Brooklyn Knicks.
It wasn't squeaking
Go
from your
Nets.
feet on it, right? Like the squeak off your
The
shoes. on
LA
it. It wasn't
Fireballs.
That wasn't the problem. The squeak
Milwaukee
came
Cubs.
because because it's a sprung floor.
Doink.
Because gymnasium has sprung floor, so the obviously the flooring moved against itself. So as soon as you stood on a piece, it was like all the way
what sound did
across
it make?
it. And
Oh man, I dropped some of my corn.
Millie worked out the only way to move across this flooring without it making the most horrific noise was to do the Jack Sparrow run.
Right.
Have you seen this? You seen the Jack Sparrow run?
Yes.
Yes, you run all silly.
And
I want you to do it now for me.
No, I'm not doing it.
Back up and do it.
Well, because it's quite light-footed, it didn't make the most horrific noise. But yeah, I get up first. I'm always awake before anyone else. So me trying to move around in the, because I didn't want to just lie in bed.
Yeah.
Even just getting up for a wee in the middle of the night, everybody knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
they probably know anyway.
Horrifically loud. But yeah, it was great. And the only other problem was I got bitten to death by midges. So I'm absolutely
by Millie.
No, well, she is a midget, but that's a completely different thing.
No, by Homer's wife on The Simpsons. Mo's always like, "Help me out here, Midge."
But we had a lovely time. We did a thing called the precipice walk.
Sounds painful.
Which was cool because halfway around there was an 800-foot drop. An 800 feet drop on one side of the path. So that was kind of cool. Not if you fell off, though.
Sounds fun.
Not if you fell off. And we did another one called the Torrent Walk, which was all like waterfalls.
Is that where you download a lot of illegal music?
Indeed. But yeah, it was a lovely part of the country. I would definitely go there again. There was loads to do, loads of walks, loads of nice beaches.
Yeah.
And loads of awesome moments from The Simpsons.
He's spinning the ball on his finger.
And I told, oh god, when I was playing poker with, Jesus Christ, when I was playing poker with Chinny, I was telling him we very nearly did a pilgrimage. Now I'm still selling it.
Okay, go on. Just take your time.
What are you saying?
Pilgrimage.
Yeah,
pilgrimage. I was trying to say.
Pilgrimage. You went to Mecca and Medina.
No, to Dobby's grave, because that's in Wales. Who? Dobby.
Well,
who's Dobby?
Harry Potter.
That's something from Harry Potter, but the thing is,
Harry Potter.
That's
So
how he
nearly
says
went
that story, Duke. It's not how it happened. We're all trying to have fun playing mini golf,
Yeah,
and he's like,
having fun.
"Guess where we nearly went but didn't."
Yeah, I
but
gave
guess.
loads of clues. It was just
And
shit,
everybody was
to
like,
be fair.
"No one cares.
No one cares." But yeah, that's where we
But
nearly
guess.
went.
And then he said it,
That's
and
hard to
everybody
believe.
was.
That's hard to believe that
Still
Stu would
didn't
tell a
know what the
story and
fuck
people
he
would
Then
have that
everybody was
reaction.
like,
Usually
"Where?"
people are like, I can't
now,
wait to hear
can I
this
just
story.
can I just say I did
Yeah.
tweet a picture of our meals, which was all from M&S for the week.
Yes, huge box full of stuff.
Huge trolley of stuff, right?
M&S, you do all
and-
right, Stu. You do all
Yeah,
right.
you see, you all say that, right?
Yeah.
But for three of us to eat out
M&S.
each night would have cost how much do you reckon, Chinny, on average?
700
in
pounds a
pub or
day.
a restaurant. How much would it have cost?
For three of you.
For three of us to eat out for 4
And keep in
Um,
mind, they're in a cabin in the
in fact,
middle of
sorry,
the
no,
woods. They would
5
have to
nights
drive
it
for an
was.
hour to get to a restaurant.
To eat out for 5 nights, how much would it have cost?
I don't know.
5 Nights at Freddy's.
I reckon, what, for three of us, I'm reckoning at least 40, 50,
Could
maybe
be like,
60
30 to 40 pounds a night.
Well, whoa. So you're reckoning with drinks
Yeah, but
and
I don't.
food,
Yeah.
it would only cost £10
Well,
per
how about you
person
not
to
have
eat
fancy
out?
drinks? Why
But
don't
I
you just
don't
drink water
drink,
like
so
I'm
I'm
drinking right here?
estimating. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but even
Water,
if you buy
baby.
a soft drink, you're talking £4.
I don't know.
I'm
water.
reckoning. I'm reckoning at least, even if we just had a main course, no starter, no sweet, no nothing, £15 a head is what I'm saying, at least.
If everybody else eats, but if you just eat and they
If
watch,
it's only me on my own, it'd be fine. But
Why don't you
our full
split one
trolley,
piece of pizza?
yeah.
our full trolley for 5 meals, including puddings, right, cost £113 for the week.
but then you
So
have
it's
to like.
still massively cheap.
I know, but like, then you have to like do stuff to make
Yeah,
it.
but
hot.
we got mostly ready meals. Let's be honest.
He's
I weren't
just
doing
chef,
no-
Chinny.
We're doing no
That's
cooking.
what he does. It's
We're doing
easy
really.
for him.
The only thing I did a stir fry.
But
one
isn't
night.
it nice to go out though for a meal?
No, we prefer to.
He
eat
already
in,
spent all the
like-
money on this Airbnb with the
Why is
snooker
it
table
not nice
and
to
the
go
fancy
out?
floors.
It's nice to go out.
No, it isn't. Not these days.
Listen, you're stuck in the house
I'll be honest, right?
with your
this is how
bloody
I
wife,
feel.
and you're like, Jesus Christ, do we
This
have
is how
anything
I
to
feel.
talk
Get outta
about?
here.
I gotta
No,
get
I'll
out.
be honest, this is how I feel these days when I eat out, right? And I've not eaten out that many times since COVID, to be fair, but we didn't eat out a lot before that. But
You don't get takeout?
we get takeout. Takeaways are fine, but actually eating out, I just feel is an absolute rip-off. It's
So
just
you
and I'm,
don't eat
and I'm
out, not because of
always-
the experience, because you're a tight arse.
I'm always
Yeah, pretty much.
disappointed. I'm always disappointed with the food. I'm always like,
Yeah.
yeah. No, you see, SLA says it would have been way cheaper at Asda, but it wouldn't have been as good. Sorry, Susan, but it wouldn't.
Oh, so you're a tight snob.
Yeah, I'm a tight snob. It wouldn't have been as
That's a
good.
good way to put it.
I know, yeah. If you'd have gone to
Wouldn't have been as
Lidl,
good.
you'd have bought all of that for fucking 50 quid, like 20 quid probably. They would have given you
would've been
one
It would have
for
been
it.
not those same brands. It would have been knockoffs, but you know,
It would have
close
been way cheaper, but it'd been way shitter.
One of my favourite things to do in Lidl is
Just
look at
saying.
all the instead of McVitie's, it's like McVitie's. Do you know what I mean? Or
McVitie's.
instead of Kit
like on
Kats.
30 Rock.
Yeah, it's like instead of Kit Kats, it's like
Oh, defo snobby. Have you heard?
yeah. It's-
Hey,
it's-
tell you what. I'll tell you what though. We did have burn tens one night, and that was really good.
You sound
It's
like
like
we know.
Schweppes ginger ale when Liz Lemon goes to Stone Mountain on 30 Rock.
Schweppes Ginny Pales?
Yeah.
I'm not snobby. I just like good food. That's
You're-
not snobby. I'm treating myself. I'm on my
I like
fucking
to eat out
holidays.
though. I ate out.
Well, that's my version of eating out.
I ate out yesterday and today.
Yeah, well,
And
that's
instead of
'cause you do
Pepto
all
Bismol,
right.
she got Peppy Bismilk.
Bismilk?
Because you do all right, Chinny. Just saying.
I don't.
Just-
I'm
I
just
hope there's somebody
lazy.
out there
Alright.
who listens to
Who,
30
who
Rock
can
and
afford
watches
to
this.
eat out like at least twice a week?
Me.
Exactly.
People who do all right.
Before I,
People who do all right.
before I
Chinny,
have
just
kids,
accept it.
before we have
Just
kids,
accept it.
me. After
Dude, you
kids,
do all right too.
after
I
kids,
do
I'll be
all
like,
right-ish.
you can eat the salt
Yeah,
on the
I go
floor.
on holiday every 2 weeks, but you know I can't afford to go out to eat. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I could, but I would complain about everything the whole time. So that's the real
Exactly. That's why I don't eat
Well,
out.
yeah, but
So
Stu,
don't talk about the cost then. It doesn't have to do with the cost.
Stu, when we
I'm
when
always
we-
disappointed with
Your
what I get as well. really.
pristine standard. Oh, this custard is not cooked enough. Send it
No,
back.
I'm not that fussy, right? But I'll give you an example, right?
Oh God, I
And
had to drag it out.
Chinny can back me up on this, right? Chinny, we
The
have been
windows
to,
are only single glazed. I
we
thought
have
I was
been
gonna
to
die.
Hickory Smokehouse
yeah,
in Chester,
yeah,
and the food's
Okay.
amazing, isn't it? Or has
it's
been
very
when we've
good.
been
I have a
past.
Hickory's 10 minutes from my house.
Well, we've got a Hickory's in Southport now, which is only about
Ah.
25 minutes from where we live.
No,
we
I have a
went
Hickory's in my
there.
garden.
And I'm not kidding you, right? We had southern fried chicken, and I would probably 95% reckon it was frozen.
Right.
And when we've been to
You know who you are? I figured it out.
what?
Stu's the guy in Fawlty Towers who goes, "Oh, can I have a cheese omelet?" Or I'll have a
Waldorf
garden
salad,
salad. And
a
they're like,
Waldorf
yeah,
salad.
Yeah. Oh,
No.
not the Waldorf salad guy. The dude who ends up punching him because he's like, "Oh, I assume all the vegetables are fresh," and he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "They're not frozen." Well, they're frozen, yeah. Like, "Oh, well then they're not fresh. They're not
Well,
frozen,
they're not
are they?"
fresh. It's true.
Yeah, right.
I'm
See,
with that guy.
you're that guy.
I'm with that guy. Yeah, but when you're paying
Yeah.
14 or 15 quid for a main course,
Right.
I expect it to be homemade.
Your
on the premises.
behaviour is absolutely
I do
inexcusable,
not-
Mr. Fawlty.
I expect it to come out of
You
a
know what
bag
the
before you
difference
can
is,
fry it.
Stu?
The
You know,
spoon dealer.
you know what the difference
Spoons.
is? Because you can cook, Stu, so you know how to.
No, we-
Listen, shut the fuck
No,
up.
no.
It's
right?
like when Chinny looks at someone
No.
making a video. He's
Right.
like, "Come on, that's shit."
For me, cooking is like this magic art that I have no idea what goes on. Like food goes in a thing, it comes out amazing because you can do it.
Yeah, I know.
So
I
that's
get
why
that,
you're
but
like,
that's not-
I ain't paying
No,
for
but
this
if I'm going
shit.
to a restaurant, I expect them to be able to do it too.
Well, most
we went-
restaurants like
when
that.
we-
I could take you to a restaurant round the corner from me. Italian restaurant's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
exactly. But I'm only basing this on Hickory's, right? And the point I was making, the one in Chester, we had milk fried chicken there once, and I would have been probably 90% certain it was made on the premises. But the one in
And that's
Southport,
very important, Chinny. Nothing matters more than where it was made.
No, it does because you're basically eating shit that's coming on a wagon from 3663, and it's like,
Does it taste good?
come on, no, it was all right
Does
actually.
it
It weren't
taste
that
good?
great. No, it weren't that great.
Okay, then that's the
I paid 50
problem.
quid
It
for
didn't
something that
taste
wasn't that
good.
great and
The fact
wasn't
it wasn't
made by
made
them.
here in this building. It
No,
was made
that's
down
still
the
a
street. It
problem.
was made in the next
That's
town
still a
over.
problem because it's always going to taste better if it's
We
homemade.
got the name of the episode anyway. Snobby Stew.
Snobby stew, snobby food.
Yeah, there we
stew.
go.
There
All right,
you
moving
go.
on.
You know,
So, Chinny,
there's
got
a
any
new
stories?
segment of the show I want to
Oh, yeah,
introduce you
what's that?
to. It's called
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Chinny answers a question from weeks ago with a better answer. All right.
Okay, I like this.
Yeah,
All right.
fresh OJ. That's right. Tainted.
Okay. Remember that question we got when someone said, if you could change anything about the show,
That was only last week.
what would it be? You know what I would change? I would get rid of story time.
Yay!
Get rid of it.
I'd waffle even if it wasn't called that, to be fair.
Where are you going? Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
Can I have an ice bucket, please? Oh, that's tepid.
What you been
Oh, the ginger beer. No, that's not the fresh OJ guy. The Waldorf salad dude is the fresh OJ guy.
So Stu, I had a
Yes.
I had somebody talk to me today, and
Oh.
for full disclosure, I can't say this person's name, but you have met this person, right? And
I have, or
By the way,
You have.
in case anyone's listening
Alright,
for the
okay.
first time, when I play the "What You Been Playing" song, we
Yeah.
do not start right away with what we've been playing.
No,
Sometimes we'll
but
start-
I've actually got like funny things to say, Duke, instead of
Oh,
like,
okay,
oh, I
sure.
bought M&S food. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hate
No,
the
I was
idea
asked
of I
about
want
it.
story time to go away, but I also have a story to tell.
So-
So,
I
you
was
know.
asked about
But
it.
this is
just
pretty
I was
good, right?
answering a question.
So
Right,
this
go ahead.
person said, "I love Stu. I really do. I love him. Right?
Aw, thank you.
But bloody hell, does he repeat himself over and over
Wow,
and
what am I
over
repeating
again?"
myself about today?
Because you say this, like not today, but like on different
What have I
episodes, you
said?
say the same thing, right? And he came up with a name for you, and this is going to be
Oh,
the name of the
God.
episode, right?
Okay.
I'm not having
Deja
it.
Stew.
I like that. I
Deja
like-
Stew, nice.
Deja Stew.
You know what though? We should call Duke that because he talks about fucking Rocket League every week.
All right, whatever you say there, Mass Effect. I'll tell you, it's a great game. If you haven't played it, you got to play it. I mean, it's a great
I'm
game. It's
Skyrim.
just so good.
I'm
It's so
freaking
good. I
Skyrim.
love this game. This game is so good. It's just if you haven't played it, go ahead and play it. Come on. You got some cheat giving me shit about talking about
did
Rocket League. When was the last time I said
did a
something about
double
Rocket
jump.
League that
I
I
did a
hadn't said
double
before?
jump
Oh my
today.
God, you two
Did
just
another
shut the
double jump.
fuck up.
Anyway, who's starting with games? Okay, who you been playing?
Have you finished Mass Effect yet?
No, I'll talk about it though. I've been playing it. I've played some more. I've been away. What do you want me to do?
I want you to abandon.
Really?
This is what I want you to do, Stu. I want you to abandon your family and play the games that I want you to play.
He doesn't have to do that. He has to cut down on these 7 other games that he's played and just
I've not
focus
played
on
7
Mass
other
Effect.
games.
Oh, I'm
played
sorry,
7 of them.
4 other games.
Yeah, one of them I was playing whilst I was away. So it
Guess
was
what?
instead of.
It
was instead of.
We make time for what's important for us, don't we?
Anyway,
I don't
Mass
care one way or
Effect.
the other. I just like to give you a hard time.
I have finished Shore Leave, and
Yes.
a bit like me, I think it went on a bit at the end. Just saying, because
Yeah.
because I'll be honest, right? When I finished the actual shooty bit of the mission,
Yeah.
I was like, there'll just be some sort of montage of them having the party, and that'll be
Oh
kind of
no. Oh no.
No. You have to go and talk
You
to
have to
everyone.
talk to
You have
everyone.
to dance with everyone.
That's right. Yeah.
You have to then get pissed with everyone.
That's right. Did you
and
enjoy
then
it
you have-
though? Because it's.
and then you have
it's
to have a
quite fun.
hangover with everybody in the morning.
That's right. You have to
Um,
suffer all the stages of that
You
party.
do. And you have to go and buy the party stuff. Although I didn't really see a lot of the party stuff in the apartment
No,
anywhere.
it felt
if I'm
like
being
they
totally
sort of
honest.
just rinsed your stuff.
Yeah, I was like, where's the party stuff? I was expecting balloons
the
and
party
streamers
stuff?
and shit, but there were nothing.
No, it was. I think
that
it was
being-
mainly alcohol that you bought.
That being said, and I'm going to put it out there, this piece of DLC, which is literally what this wasn't like the game. This was just a bit of add-on stuff they
Yeah.
added, after the fact or whatever.
Hmm.
Is better than most games I've played.
Correct.
recently.
Correct.
Just this piece of DLC.
Just this
on
piece of
its own
DLC.
is better than most shit I've played
Yeah.
in the last 6
And
months.
you play a lot of shit.
I do. It's the story was good.
Like
the voice
tons
acting
of
was
it.
great. There was some really funny moments. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Rex was great.
Yeah.
Grunt was great.
Yeah.
There's some really good bits of the game. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you did the very same as me at the end because you can either spoilers for DLC.
That's
but
like 10 years old. Yeah, go on.
But there's 2 of you, so there's another clone of.
Oh, that's the other DLC, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the one I'm playing about. Surely, there's the clone.
No,
of
Shore Leave isn't the clown one.
Yeah, it is. I've literally finished it today.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Maybe I got it wrong. Okay.
It's a
Fine.
clone of Shepherd.
Fine. Shut the fuck
so
up.
you're basically fighting yourself, and at the very end, in the final battle, she's
Oh, it is.
hiding on
It
the
is.
edge of
Yeah.
the Normandy.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I'm assuming you kicked her off the same as I
Oh, fucking kick that bitch right off.
Fucking, she was gone. Kicked her
She
in
was
the face.
gone. I haven't 2 of me
Out of
walking
it.
around fucking Mass
Okay.
Effect.
And I'm like, after all the shit she'd just done, and then he's like, Duke, and he's like, do you want to save her? I'm like, why would I want to save her?
No way.
and obviously shot the other woman as well. The
Brooks
fucking
in the
Steve
back,
Gurnall.
like a
Yeah, too, right.
fucking beast.
Did that too.
Yeah.
I did every Renegade action that was available.
There's no way Brooks is learning a lesson.
Yeah, and
So-
I'll be honest, I'm playing the second DLC now, the other one with what's she called? The one where you have to go-
The blue lady.
the blue lady where you
Yeah.
have to go and take it back.
Not Liara, but like the badass one that runs. It's like the
Yeah,
Almerta DLC.
It's
So
like
yeah,
Amira or something like
yeah.
that she's
But
called, isn't
but
she?
you because Almerta is like this rogue space station in 2.
Yeah,
and
so
you
you gotta
can't go
take it
there
back.
in 3. But in 3, you go back on the DLC because it's been overtaken
Yeah.
by Cerberus, and you. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's
You
a good
can take
DLC.
it back. So I'm doing that one at the moment, and I'm because of who I'm with. You've got to be full Renegade. I mean, there's no
Yeah.
reason.
So
I
that's
mean,
the
one of-
that's the DLC where you can't take any of your existing squad mates. You have to take
Nope, you
the,
have
the
to
ones
take
on the
her.
mission, and it's really good. It's really good.
And you've got to be careful because don't forget to level her up. Because obviously, when you're doing the setting up the squad at the beginning, when you go into her, she's got like 98 points available or something ridiculous.
Right.
So yeah, don't forget to do that because obviously I haven't got it on auto level up. And I'm
Alright.
like,
Can you
"Oh."
auto? Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
can,
Auto, yeah,
but-
yeah,
Auto
yeah,
level
yeah.
up.
You
I
can
just
go
I
into-
look back at mechanics like that, and I'm just like, wow, that was a thing once
Yeah.
upon a time. Like,
Yeah.
I want to have my squad exactly. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
To be fair, you can go in and just do auto.
You
level
just
up.
press
You
Y and
assign-
it just
yeah,
sort of
just
does it.
assigns
Well,
all
yeah,
the
I'm
points.
just saying, like, I don't know. I think it's interesting that they thought. I guess some people were probably into it, but
It's not too bad if you're only doing like 6 points for someone because you might think, oh, I'll put them in that for them because that's a better.
Yeah,
power
that gives
than
them
the other
that
thing.
power that you could use.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So.
Whereas when they've got 98, you don't want to be messing
The
around.
cool
doing
the
all
cool
that.
thing in Mass Effect, Duke, is that you can use other people's powers, your squad mates' powers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
I
like
remember,
if you
yeah,
want
no
to,
doubt. I mean,
they're
and
basically
that's fine.
like powers plus. Do you know what I mean? Like they.
Supplementing your
Yeah.
supplementing your
Yeah.
power. Yeah, absolutely. That's
So,
fine.
I did. So you haven't finished it yet, Stu. We won't talk about it too long
I'm
because
only just we've
he's
just got
lazy.
on the station, so I'm
we've got
shooting shit
we've
at
got
the
written
moment.
letters complaining that we're talking Mass Effect too much. But
Yeah.
um,
What I
I
played. What are you gonna do?
I did something today where I went back to Mass Effect 1.
What?
Okay.
I know.
Why would you do that?
I did
starting
it-
over
What would you
again.
I did it as an experiment because I feel like you
Okay.
play 1, you play 2, you play 3, and you go, yeah, they're all pretty similar. And then you go back to 1, and you're like, actually, 1, like, I
They're
wanted
very
to
different.
see how polished they were. So I went back to 1, and 1 has a lot of things in it that I'm like, fucking hell. Like, they really don't help you at all.
No, the AI is horrendous.
Well,
in
the
one.
AI is
They-
really bad.
They shoot at objects in the scenery that I
There's
try and
that,
shoot through
but
rocks.
like, there's things like, you know, when you level up your squad mates and stuff.
yeah.
Every time
Excuse me.
every time you start a new mission, you have to pick your squad. And in
Yeah.
2 and 3, it says pick your squad, pick your weapons, level up your characters. Right?
Yeah.
In Mass Effect 1, it goes pick your squad, fuck off. Right?
Yeah.
And it only tells you
It
about.
literally says that.
It's like it's there, and it only tells you about leveling up your squad at the start of the game, and then it never tells you again.
No, when I very, very first played Mass Effect the first time around, I didn't realize I had to level up the squad.
Yeah.
And I played probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours of the game and couldn't understand why everyone just kept dying constantly. I'm like, why is everyone dying?
Yeah.
Why am I so
You suck.
terrible at this game?
Crazy.
And why do I suck so much?
The other thing as well is like it does
Yeah.
the you know the galaxy map, like the first mission where you look for like this is what I ended up doing, right? I was like, I'll play it for like 10 minutes, all right, just to see what it's like. I ended up playing it for like 2 hours
That is so funny.
because it's really good, and I was like, oh, well, this is really
It is
good.
really good.
And
It is
so then
really
I thought I'll find Liara and then I'll stop, and then I went to the planet where Liara is, but like the game doesn't look in 2 and 3. It sort of tells you like this mission is here on the galaxy map, whereas on 1
when you
it
hover
doesn't
over,
tell
it
you
tells
where the
what's
missions
there.
are. It goes, I don't know, look in your fucking journal, you prick.
Yeah, you have to
and
figure it out.
let you figure it out. So yeah,
Figure
it's,
out where to go.
it's interesting.
The other thing as well is in that mission, the Surely mission, you get the recharging gun out of Mass Effect 1, which is cool.
Yes.
So I've
yeah,
got the
yeah,
assault rifle from Mass Effect
Yeah.
1
Yeah.
that just, you don't have to pick ammo up anymore. It just recharges.
That's right. That's
Which is
right.
super cool.
That's right.
So, yeah. So you get a lot of, I must admit that DLC is top notch.
It's great.
I mean, there's again a lot of work, effort, time. It's not just an afterthought, is it? It's
No.
not just like, oh, we need to chuck something out, just do this. I mean, this is like again, and I know we keep banging on about, oh, great, we're developers in the past, but
Whoa.
well, there was a
Why do they all sound like John Lennon?
I know, yeah. What was it? But they put that heart and soul into this stuff. They put effort in. It wasn't just a cursory.
Well,
here's a skin pack. Here's a gun pack. Here's something else shit that you might not want.
Hey, Duke, do you mind muting your microphone while you shove
Yeah,
your pen?
Duke. Yeah, Duke.
That's fine. But like the thing is, this is the last the Shore Leave DLC is the last DLC that was made for Mass Effect 3. So they'd made the game, they made 2, and then so you can tell it's a love letter basically saying thanks for playing the game.
Even the group photo.
Even the group photo at the end
party.
and everything. Yeah. It's a nice touch. Okay, I think we're done with Mass Effect.
What's also cool, can I just say,
Oh,
by
fuck.
the way, last thing about the Shore Leave DLC is
Oh
the
no,
fact,
we're not.
even if you hadn't finished the game at that point, it works it into the story. And it's like, all
Yeah,
right, we've
it's
got
like,
galaxies
the
to save
Normandy's
still.
fucked. We got to do this. Yeah. So, yeah, it works. Oh, Stu's crashed. Hold on. We'll wait for him to come back. And he's back. Good. Okay, we're done with Mass Effect. We can't talk about Mass Effect until you finished it, Stu.
I know, I'm nearly there. I am nearly there. I will finish
nearly there.
I'm literally going to finish this other... I can't remember what this DLC was called.
Almerta.
Omerta. I'll finish Omerta, and then I'll concentrate.
Did you do the
on story
Leviathan DLC? Have you done that?
No, I'm not doing any more. Look, if you want me to finish the game, stop giving me fucking DLC to play.
Okay. That's the one where you have to go underwater with this big mech.
Oh, for God's sake. You keep telling me all these things. I think, yeah, that sounds cool.
That's the one where you're like a detective and you've got to like do detective things.
Sounds far too cool for me not to play it.
I'm telling you,
But
like
then it's gonna
Mass
take me
Mass
longer.
Effect 3 is the best DLC in the whole series.
It's a game that keeps on giving, man.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Keeps on giving.
Okay, we're done. Duke, I think you should talk for a little
Yeah,
bit.
go on,
'cause,
Duke.
yeah,
You
we've been
talk about
talking.
something.
Yeah, so I'm gonna talk about something. What is this? Oh, that's so nice. Okay, nice email from another teacher. Okay, right, me, games. Listen,
Yes,
here's
you,
the thing.
games.
Peggle, get out of here, Peggle. Patrick's ParaBox. Ay. Oh my God. All right. So this game has gotten really, really abstract.
Oh God.
So it starts off concrete. For those who don't know, it's a puzzle game. It's recursive. You're boxes within boxes within boxes. And it's fine because at first it's all very concrete and tactile. You can see what you're supposed to be grabbing. Now there's, and I think I was finishing the same hub world that I was on last week. You have the infinity world, and then you have double infinity, and then you have 3 times infinity. So you start the level with this box that's got a 3 in it, and it's just like that's when you break the universe. That's where you're gonna get into. So you basically have to figure out how to break the universe, and it's okay. So you'll have the block that represents the map you're in, and then another block that's lighter shade of that, and that's a mirror. So if you go into the lighter shade one, you'll end up in the regular colored one. And you have to put the lighter shade one into the regular colored one. That's how you break the universe and get to the 3. But now they're getting to a thing called double, called double infinity or something.
I'm
And
sorry,
now
Duke.
it's like-
I'm sorry,
Yes?
Duke, but you can't have infinity twice. Infinity.
Just let him have
Tell
it.
it to the goddamn developers of this
You
game.
can't have fucking 3 times infinity because what's 3 times infinity? It's just more infinity.
It's pretty big.
Well, yeah, it's so.
Yeah, but
it'll
it's
blow
infinite.
your head apart.
We know,
It's
Stu.
so
He didn't make the
weird.
game.
No, I
Stupid
mean you're
idea.
right. Like he's not wrong. You're correct. It's just that this is the rule of the game. It's not really infinity. It's just whatever. Anyway, so the point is that as soon as I get a little bit stuck now, I'm just like I don't care. Like show me something on YouTube.
Oh, you need it
Really?
done.
I mean, I'm just like I'll give it a shot, but I'm not spending more than 5 minutes on a level. You know what I mean? Like it's reached the point, and to be fair, I've only had to do that like 2 times, I think. But
Yeah.
it's just it's a level of abstraction that's just not fun. Like I mean, I'm sure people who do it on their own are, look, when I do most of the levels on my own, I feel pretty smart, but a lot of it is just trial and error at this point.
Here's the thing.
'Cause it's like
if you're playing a puzzle game, right, and you're like, oh, I'm loving this puzzle game, and then you get to a point where you're just Googling the answers, like, what is the point in playing the game?
Exactly. I mean, I keep hoping that they'll, when I finish the infinity levels, I was like, okay, the next part of the map is going to be something different. No, it's not. It's now double infinity.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
It's going to get worse and worse, Duke.
Well, probably, but some developers are like the people who made Night Sky, where at the certain point, or the 10th level of Galaga, like it ends up being less stressful. So, I mean, look, I think they just, I don't want to speculate as to why this happened, but you know, what started off as a very kind of perfect puzzle game has become, you know, as you would say, Chinny, he's kind of stuck up his own ass.
Yeah.
It's
But
pretentious and
to be
it's
fair, dude,
annoying.
he could either get stuck up his own ass or just end the game at whatever level where it's still normal.
Well, first of all, less is more, so there's that. Secondly, there's a lot of other things they haven't done yet, I'm sure. I don't know for certain, but like I believe there's other things they could be doing. And look, there's always a lot of different directions you can go with stuff. It's just that they chose to go in this particular direction. And I don't know, I think 250 levels is a lot of levels, but he wanted to make 350. And so he said, I will make it really, really abstract and confusing.
Yeah, but
and
that's
stuff.
why it's for those diehard, I can do this
I love
because
this.
I'm
Like,
super
infinity
intelligent.
can't be double infinity, but this guy's genius.
So,
like,
no, but
I
like,
didn't say
what
I have
about-
not said the guy's a genius. I've said he has
Okay.
made this for those diehard people who are like, I can fucking do this because I'm fucking.
well, that's
shit
what
hot."
these levels are for. But the earlier
That's
part of
what
the
I
game's
mean.
not like that.
Right,
Well,
no,
so all
but
I'm
that's
saying
why
is,
he's done them.
What about like, do you think he should have ended the game sooner? Do you think if you had like done a certain amount of levels, you'd be glowing about this game now? You'd be like, oh my god, this is the best game
I mean,
ever.
I'm still glowing about it because in general, it's a really well-made game. I just think that at a certain point, he felt like he had nowhere to go, so he made it very, very abstract. And look, I'm not saying these levels shouldn't even be in the game. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Okay, so first of all, the design of the hub worlds. Okay, there's okay, so let's say the hub world is like blue. There will be a bunch of blue-colored boxes, and those are the main levels of the game. And then there's these red bordered levels that are like extra challenging. And I'm on a mission to do all of them. I could probably do just the ones that don't have the red outline and probably be okay with it. But I don't know. I'm trying to be a completionist here. And for the most part, I've been able to get them all. But the ones here at the end, I'm just like, I don't know. It's not fun for me, and a lot of it's trial and error. But for the most part, it's still a brilliant game. I just, I don't know.
All right. Okay.
No, that's fair enough.
Anyway,
What do we bring the wheel back? Let's bring the wheel.
Oh, the wheel. We haven't had the wheel for a
Hey.
while.
For a while.
Welcome
Let's get
back,
the
wheel.
Hello, wheel.
Yeah, welcome.
Hello.
Wheel.
That's the wheel.
Hello, I'm the wheel.
I'm the wheel. Oh, it's me.
Oh, it's you. There you go. That's worked out rather well.
Thanks, wheel.
How about that?
No
Yeah.
problem. Okay, so I've finished Trek to Yomi.
Trek to Yomi.
Trek to Yomi.
Oh,
this,
of course.
2D
Yeah, the
samurai
cool
game.
looking samurai game.
So this is that very, very cool looking samurai game. It's on the PlayStations. It's on Game Pass.
and
It's
white.
on the Steams. So this is the one where it's 2D. It's samurai. It's black and white. It looks cool, doesn't it?
It does
Doesn't
look
it look cool?
It looks very cool.
Well, it's shit.
What?
What?
So
Do you really think so?
the problem is that it's pretty repetitive and it's
Oh, a bit
pretty boring pretty quickly. So
Oh no.
the combat is like stiff. It doesn't feel good. The parry system's not very good, and there's this small little glimmer on the enemy on the enemy's sword, where you're like, oh, that's when I'm supposed to press the parry. I never got the hang of it. It was annoying. And then I don't know, like there's loads of enemies. So there's like normal enemies, and then there's like ones that look like Smeagol, and then there's ones that look like ghosts, and they even sound like Gollum as well. They're like like that, and I'm like, fucking, this is close
Pretty
to
good
a
Smeagol impression.
copyright infringement.
Oh.
But anyway, and then there's like ghosts and all this sort of stuff, and like your girlfriend's dead or something. I don't care. And you have to make choices in the game, and I have no idea what these choices mean. It's like choose love, choose the I don't know, the path. I'm like, what I don't know what you're talking about. And then there's other things like there's some puzzle bits as well. So you've got to like find the 3 symbols in the scene,
Oh,
and then
okay.
put them in the wheel. And like the 3 symbols are bright white, right? And like they're so like a baby could do them. They're like put the square thing in the square hole. It's about 4 hours long. It just isn't that great. It's pretty boring. It was a bit of a slog. It's only 4 hours, right? Bear in mind, I've probably put close to 2 hours into Mass Effect 1 today, right?
Because that's so good, though, isn't it?
So it felt like a chore. I was like, man, this is like really dragging. So that was 4 hours. Like the combat's like just stiff and awkward, and it's not great. You get stuck in corners all the time. The bosses are just sort of, like I kind of think that what they were going for with the bosses was like a sort of Dark Souls approach where you sort of learn the attack and then, but like honestly, I just swung and just battered them and then hope for the best, and like usually that would work. So there's no finesse to the combat. It's not elegant at all. The scenery, the way it looks is all elegant, very sophisticated, but the combat is trash. So therefore, I'm afraid if I were you, like, you've really, really, really got to like samurai stuff. I love samurai stuff. I think it's cool. Ghost of Tsushima is just like brilliant. I think this is not worth it at all. It looks pretty. It's nice, but play it for like an hour, but you won't get anything else from that. Like that first hour is pretty much how the rest of the game is.
Yeah, fair enough.
So trek to Yomi. No,
don't bother trekking.
My review noise is ooh.
Yeah, style over substance is what I would say.
Very much.
Looking at it,
very much
it looks great.
Looks
great.
great.
It really does look great.
That's the disappointing thing. That's the best thing about it, though. That is literally the best thing about it. So that's Trek to Yomi. That's how you do a game in a like 5-minute segment. Shoot, just to let you know.
Joe, thanks for letting me know. Right, come
14 years. You know.
Well, come on then, spin the wheel.
So are we doing the wheel again?
Well, what's the point of doing it once?
I don't know, just...
For fuck's sake.
Stu, you're up.
Oh, I'm up. Well, whilst I've been on holidays, I've been playing a very recent game, which is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
Oh.
I've played this before a long, long time ago on the DS. So that's a long time ago. And it holds up pretty well on the Switch, if I'm being totally honest. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It's dated. Although, is it dated? I don't know. I was going to say it's dated because it's very sexist and what have you. But then Japanese games now are still the same. So
yeah, I mean,
it probably hasn't dated that much, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I mean, they just released this trilogy, so...
Yeah, the chief has got her boobs out, which is a woman chief, by the way.
Right.
But she has her boobs out nearly all the time. Like lots of cleavage on the show.
Yeah.
And I'd forgotten about the second part of the game because the first part you're defending your bestie mate.
Right.
Right, which is Fingy Butts, whatever he's called, Nick Butts or some of
his name is Nick Butts.
Nick Butts. And the detective is called Dick Gumshoe.
Jesus Christ.
Dick Gumshoe. And then the second.
Hi, Stu's froze again. Just be patient, ladies
One
and
of the
gentlemen.
defendants is called Miss April May.
Okay.
Right.
Very
and
clever names, these.
The other guy is
August, September.
Red White.
Right.
It's
Red White.
R-E-D-D. Red White.
Yeah.
Red White. And
they're just looking around the office. Call him Red, White.
White. Red
And
White.
the next character is called Big Pen. How do you come up with these names? I really don't know. There's genius.
It's like Susie Couch Chair.
But there's a lot of suggestion. There's a lot of innuendo and stuff, especially with Miss April May, who's insinuating that every bloke wants to get off with her and stuff of that nature.
Maybe they do.
Maybe they do.
Wow.
Maybe they do.
Kenneth Toilet Hole.
But yeah, Maya, who was the chief, well, she's the second person to get murdered. So your boss gets murdered in the second episode.
Oh, bloody hell.
I know, it's pretty good. I mean, for a game
it's
of
not.
that, it's like, fucking hell, let's kill off one of the main characters almost instantly.
Where's Liz, dude? Sorry.
Where's Liz? So they literally kill her in the second episode. And the murder weapon is the same weapon as the murder weapon in the first part, except it's a different one, but the same, if you will. There were two made, and the second one's used to murder her. It's
so
just
exciting.
mental. So yeah, objection, hold it. So you've got to do a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
Right? And yeah, I did it pretty well. I'd forgotten about the first two parts. The third part of the game, I remember playing. Because the third part of the game is a guy who's murdered his co-star in a TV show, and you've got to defend him. So yeah, I remember this bit. I don't think I got beyond this bit though. So if I go beyond this bit,
what a surprise!
I know. Yeah, sorry.
You ditched a game again.
I'm in. I'm in though. I'm liking it. I'd forgotten how good fun this is, and all the logic, and you've got to work out which bit of evidence is the one you've got to present, and you've only got so many tries before it goes, you failed. But yeah, it's great. I mean, I picked it up cheap, about 12 quid for the trilogy on sale. So it wasn't a lot of money. I've got all 3 games. I've only ever played the first one, so I've got a lot of game to go.
lot of game.
A lot of game to go up. But if it's still on sale, I don't know where it is, and you've got a Switch, it's a definite buy, I would have said. It's pretty good. So yeah, get it bought. Phoenix Wright is the man. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. That was pretty succinct.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
Did you like that? Right, spin the wheel then.
People are going to think you're ill. Right.
I know. Well, I'm taking on board what you've said.
Thanks, mate.
That's fine.
I'll spin it again till it lands on Duke.
Whoever the knobhead was who made the comments about Deja stew.
He said he
Why don't we
loves
just go
you.
in a circle. You don't have to keep doing this. Just we'll rotate between the people who haven't gone.
The wheel has spoken, Duke.
Fine. Anyway, yeah, what else have I been playing? A little bit of Rust PvE. Man, there's so last week I said I'm done with Rust. I uninstalled it, and then I'm sure you can imagine what happened next.
Sure.
Within an hour of the show ending, I was like, well, wait a minute, what if I did this? And I found another server that's good. It's called the Blue Collar Rust or whatever. I don't know what the hell it's called. Anyway, yeah, it's got a good number of zombies, but not too many. I played on this one server that God, it just someone actually handed me a gun because I was out being very careful and I was running around and these horde of zombies were chasing me and I was like, ah, and I ran back into my house and I put in the chat, I'm like, look, these zombies, what am I supposed to do? And someone you can do trading on this server. So they're like request for trade, and I was like, okay. And they gave me this gun, this AK-47 with a laser sight and all this stuff, and 6,000 bullets. And I was like, well, shit, that's awesome, thanks, dude. Yeah. I went out with it, took out the zombies and the horde. It was pretty cool. Then I was going around, knocking down barrels. This scientist found me. That's it. I was dead. I lost the gun that he gave me. I was
nice.
Like, God. So I was like, that server's too rough on me. And it's funny because when I was like, what am I supposed to do? This horde of zombies is out there and I don't have any bullets. And they're like, got a bow and arrow? I'm like, no, I just set up. I don't have any weapons at all. And they were like, it's too hard. What are you talking about? It's PvE. Get good. I'm like, really? On Rust PvE, people are like, oh, you suck. So that was ridiculous. But
Can I just ask a question? You said the scientist. Was that another player, or was that just an AI?
No, on the PvE servers, you can't attack other players.
Right, so that's something they chucked in there for a laugh.
The AI, yes, there are AI scientists with AK-47s that shoot at you. And once you're set up, it can be fun to go and do battle with them. And some servers have bosses and stuff and raidable bases and things. But when you're first getting set up, it's just you got to skulk around and take it easy and. You got to find blueprints, and then you eventually can research guns and this and that. It's hard when you're getting started, but eventually you can get kitted out.
There's something to be said for simplicity, isn't there? When it very first started, there was none of that to worry about. It was just.
Well, no, I mean that's not true. There was. It was easier. There was less of it, and you didn't need to research things. You just went around and found stuff. Yeah, I agree with that. And yeah, I mean, that's why people like classic arcade games is because they were simpler. So I think that. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, that's Rust PvE.
What a way to start a sentence. I think that, whatever.
Anyway.
Well, nobody really cares. But anyway,
of course
I played a demo
we
of a game called... You just got done complaining about how often I talk about the same games over and over again.
That's true. That is true,
actually. That is true.
I didn't want to say more about this game that I play
true.
a lot. And I'll have a lot more.
That's true. This is true.
That's true.
These are true.
I was going to pivot and move on to a different game.
Pivot!
Called
Pivot!
10 minutes till dawn.
Yeah.
Now,
that sounded
when you say something about 10 minutes till dawn, what's the till short for?
Until.
Until. Correct.
Yeah.
So you should spell it. Technically, you should spell it apostrophe TIL.
That is
if
true.
you don't put the apostrophe in, that's not a big deal. It's become kind of colloquial, idiomatic, if you will, to just have the TIL.
Mm-hmm.
But at no point should you spell it TILL. So this game has a typo in it. Worst game ever. F minus.
Well, just because of the spelling mistake.
Not really. But that does bug me. In my notes, I wrote down 10 minutes till sick dawn because you
can't spell. Can't spell.
SIC in brackets indicates that the error is in the original. Anyway, so 10 minutes till dawn is a bullet hell shooter. You are a character who has a gun and there's monsters coming at you.
Oh, I was going to say, there must be some sort of zombies or something.
Yes, there's some sort of monsters. It's not exactly clear what the monsters are, but it's pixel art style. It is.
Oh, it's like a top-down pixel art.
It is
stuff.
top-down. Yep.
I mean,
Is it
because
like
I'm
a twin stick shooter type thing?
No, well, I played a keyboard and mouse. I don't know what it would be like.
Kind of.
I mean, it probably would be.
Yeah, it's definitely a twin.
It's
stick
really
shooter.
small.
It is really small. You have to reload, so it's like they got the little indicator there when you're reloading.
Right.
And at first, it feels very overwhelming because they're coming at you all the time, and it's hard to get them. But what I didn't realize when I first started playing was the little dots there are XP dots, and you get a few of those, you level up. Suddenly, okay, then it adds more firepower to your stuff, and now you're getting lightning bolts every second shot or whatever. So that's taking down a bunch of the monsters as well. And my guess is that eventually you get all these boosts and bonuses, and you're just unstoppable. But I didn't get it. I didn't really get to that point. It was more like kind of getting there and, doing a lot of damage, and it was more fun. But then it's still, it's that thing of they make you stronger, they add more monsters. They make you stronger, they add more monsters. They make you stronger, they add more monsters. And it reached a point where I was just like, all right, there's a lot of monsters here. And, the other thing is that you have to double back and get those XP dots, right? Like you can't just, you don't automatically get XP.
Yeah, it doesn't just
So you
suck
have
them
to
up.
lead the monsters this way and then go back and get the XP dots. And, it just became this kind of chore. And I was like, I'm not having fun. So
Do you just have to survive for 10 minutes?
I guess maybe. I don't know. I didn't really make it to 10 minutes, to be
Is
honest.
it?
Because there's a countdown on the sides, like 8 minutes.
Yeah,
It's
I
gotta
didn't even-
be-
I didn't even notice that when I was playing it.
It's got to be. It's got to be a roguelike, hasn't it? So you got like
Yeah,
10
you've
minutes.
got the last 10
and-
minutes.
and then
I
you level
guess,
up and
yeah,
do it again. And blah, blah,
presumably.
blah, 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 yeah.
So maybe I didn't play it enough. Maybe I didn't play it long enough.
It looks
I
like
don't know.
Gauntlet on acid.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
I thought a
It's
gauntlet.
kind of
Yeah.
Gauntlet-ish.
Yeah, it definitely looks very good. I've played another game like this, but I can't think for the life of me what it was. Very similar looking.
Super Smash TV.
No, don't know what it was.
Classic game.
But it does look like something I've played.
Good luck.
Not that long
You're
ago.
gonna need it.
Probably
I'll
in the last
buy that
5
for
years.
$1.
Probably in the last 5
Yeah,
years or something.
Speaking of
But
which, Amar, he's got. Did Amar send us a speak pipe?
I haven't seen one, but I can have a look.
Oh man.
No,
that
nothing.
Punk. He said he was gonna send. one.
Nothing. Not a fucking
Speaking
thing.
of
No
I buy that
emails
for
either
$1.
this week. No
Oh,
emails.
great.
No speak pipes.
I'll see if
No.
we
Alright,
can
so
get
that's my
some
games.
stuff on the
Well,
Discord.
that's that game. I have another game to talk about later. But
Oh, I'll
that's
tell a
the
lie.
game.
No, we had one. We had one email.
Okay. Well, whose
One
turn is it
email.
to talk about a game now?
Stu, you go. I'm going to ask some people if we've got any
Do it.
questions in the Discord. So
You go.
Discord.
Yeah.
This Discord. Yeah, so apart from that, I have also been playing. And I've had this in my show notes for ages because I bought it quite a while ago and never spoken about it. But Chinny and I played Walkabout Mini Golf Sweetopia level.
Yeah.
Or Sweetopia course.
Okay.
Which is an add-on course that I purchased. And it was pretty good. It's pretty good. I've played it twice now, and it's challenging. It definitely has its moments.
yeah.
But there was me, Chinny, Gary Walker-Jones. Gary Walker. MS Rangers. What was his name? I can't remember now his actual name. And Nicole.
Prattling about.
Prattling about. See, that's still not his real name, Chinny. I don't think
No,
that's
are you
his
talking about
name.
MS Rangers?
Yeah.
I always forget MS Rangers. I just know him as MS Rangers. I always
Yeah.
forget his name.
Yeah.
He's going to hate me. I'm sorry.
And Gary Walker-Jones from Portugal.
Yeah.
That's where he lives. And then obviously Nicole, and we had some fun. It took over an hour just to finish the cut.
Yeah, well, most of that was you just talking.
No, it wasn't.
50 minutes of it was you just going, you never guess what grave we went to. Or almost went to.
We were just chatting. Anyway, it was good. There's some challenging levels. It's a really well-made level. It looks like if Willy Wonka made a level in this.
Willy
so
Wonka
that's-
took weed and acid.
Yeah, he did.
This
And we
is-
found out something new. That Nicole showed us you can fly. I didn't know you could fly.
Yeah, that was good.
But you can fly.
You can
which is kind of
fly
funny. You go
in
through
the golf game.
floors, You can fly.
Yeah.
It's a game that just keeps on giving. It's such a good game.
I
honestly.
don't like it hurts my feet to stand up.
Yeah, because you've got to stand up for obviously the giraffe. Well, Nicole seems to manage sitting down. to
Well,
be fair.
yeah, you say that, but look, she played fucking awful.
Yeah, she is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But she plays it sitting down. So you know it can be done, but it's probably not recommended.
Probably
to
not
be fair.
recommended. And Gary Walker-Jones, I mean, he was a shark, wasn't he?
He was very.
He's a
He kept
dirty
right. He
shark.
lives in Portugal, which is one of the golfing meccas of the world. They have loads of golf courses.
They love it.
And then reckoned he'd never played golf. Oh, I don't play golf. I'm calling bullshit because, like, you know, he's called Gary Walker Jones. Just saying, he definitely plays.
Antonio in the chat says, "Have a good show, guys. I want to save this show for a flight. What if it's going down? Looking forward to hearing it."
Oh, there's a guy on the wing. Ah!
Hey,
Oh,
Antonio, walk up and down the aisle and just fart, and then just go.
Yeah,
back
do
to
that.
sleep.
Do that. Right
And
next to
piss your
someone's
pants.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just stay in the toilet for ages.
The only thing I would say, the last time we played another DLC course, which was it the Babylon one, and there's a fucking horrendous hole on that none of us could get up, could we? It was just like a slow
Babylon
upwards.
and Ting.
And we lost loads of. There's not really any of those on this course,
No.
so that's at least there's that. But it's a good game. It's really good. If you got VR and you want a game that's like social and fun,
That's
and
you
just
repeating yourself.
works.
If you've got VR, it's a good game.
Well, I haven't
That's-
said that tonight, have I?
Yeah, but you say that every week. If you've got VR,
you sure do.
give it a go.
It's worth doing. It's worth playing. There you go. Done.
Mini golf.
Mini golf can't beat.
Well, it was. Who won? Oh, it was
Gary Walker Jones, of
yeah.
course.
You did shit, didn't you? Yeah.
I came third out of five.
Okay,
to
yeah,
be
there's
fair.
only 4 of us.
I was only somewhat like +6 at the end.
I still places, Chinny, to be fair.
I was +6, but Nicole was like about +17 or something. She wasn't great, and MS Rangers was about +9 or 10.
Yeah, I think I've got something wrong with my fucking Oculus. You know.
Yeah,
'cause
you need to give it a full on. Leave it for.
I have.
20, like,
I've
leave
give
on
it a
forever.
charge, and I've give the extension thing a charge separately without it being plugged in.
Right.
So I've charged the bastard out of it.
Yeah, because he was like, to put it into perspective, we both have one. We were both. You
Yeah.
were 100% on both. I'm assuming at the beginning.
Pretty much, yeah.
And mine, after playing mini golf, was something like still on 65% battery on the headset battery,
Yeah.
and Chinny's was on 8%.
I know. I think like there's something wrong with it.
Yeah,
But I
that's
don't
not-
play mine that regular, and the thing is with those sort of batteries is if you don't use them and you let them drain, they're less likely.
See, I leave mine on charging between uses anyway. I know you're not
but they're
supposed to do
less
that
likely
either.
to if you
Yeah.
these batteries that you've got on your phone is the same sort of battery. If they're empty for too long, so anybody who has an iPad who hasn't touched it for ages will know this, right? If it's drained and empty for too long, if you try and charge it, it won't be the same ever again. Do you know what I mean? Like it'll charge
Yeah, it's
and
fucked.
do that, but it'll go down quicker and quicker. And I think that's what's happened with my Oculus Quest because I
Well,
never
give
play
it
it
a
because no one plays it because VR's a fucking
Leave it on
shit
charge
platform.
and see what happens.
Yeah.
So cynical.
Not the best advice.
No. Right. Okay. I think it's me, isn't it? Me?
I don't know.
Yep.
Spin the
Me?
wheel.
Ah,
No,
fuck the
it's
wheel.
Fuck the wheel.
I love how it was Chinny's idea.
Lasted for 2 goes. Right, Chinny.
Well, I've only got we played poker as well, didn't we? So I was going to talk
yeah, we did.
about.
Should we talk about that as well?
I don't know what we're going to talk about. That we
No,
haven't
it's still
already said.
good.
It's
Poker's still
poker,
fun.
isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
it's fucking it's the
It's
best.
still fun. It didn't freeze as much as it used to. When we used to play, sometimes you just get frozen out of the game and couldn't get back in and stuff. So
Yeah.
they have improved some of the bugs. It's not as buggy as it used to be.
I noticed when I got my little drone out, all right, that if you fly it, you can't see it as far. It
All
turns
right, okay.
invisible. So they've obviously like made it more, what do you call it, efficient in terms
Yeah.
of like
Fluid.
what graphics they're loading in. So things that
Yeah.
are that far away, they sort of just disappear. So they've optimized it. That's the word I'm looking for. They've
To be
optimized it.
to be fair, every time we play it, there's a massive update, isn't there? So they do
Yeah.
update it a lot.
I imagine they make quite a bit of money with this game because it's poker. Like you're never gonna get sick of poker. There's always people in it. It's always rammed.
Yeah,
It's just one of those games.
It's good fun.
But I've got nothing else to say about poker. I
No,
did
we all went
play
all in a lot, didn't we? We did a lot of
at
blind
the
all
end,
in
yeah,
at the
because
end.
you get bored, don't you? So you're like, well,
Yeah, so
fuck
it's like we
this
did 3 or
shit.
4 goes on the trot, didn't we? $5 each.
I did play a little bit of Red Dead Online, which I won't talk about too much. But
Do you still know what you not know what you're doing?
I
in
sort
that
of, yeah, I feel like I could learn this again if I really wanted to. But it did remind me that when lockdown happened, I was like, I'm going to 100% Red Dead Redemption 2. And I never did it because I
Never
got
did it.
stuck on a couple of things. And then I found a thing and then I didn't do it. basically, I'm sort of trying to. I think I might go back to 100% in Red Dead 2.
Wow.
So I will go back to that because I can't call it the greatest game ever if I haven't 100%ed it. Do you know what I mean?
That's
crazy.
true. You need to have that full judgment.
I've never 100%ed Skyrim, but I guess it's still the greatest.
Then you're a fool.
You're a fool.
Well,
it's such a
lot
crap
of people
game now.
think
What
I
is
am.
going on about?
I'm
I just
done.
I don't want to rip people off. I don't want a bounty. I don't want to murder people in every hold.
I'm done.
Yeah, but you should do it.
There's nothing else that I need to talk about. I'm done.
All right, then I will talk.
Go on, you told Duke.
Yeah, because I wanted to make sure I had things to say. So,
Good.
yeah, there's this demo that I played, the prologue to a game called Animal Shelter. They really are just trying to make Sims about everything. Like auto mechanic simulator. All right, PC builder simulator. Okay, light technician simulator.
There's a jet wash simulator.
Is that really? Is that
Yes,
a real thing?
yeah, and apparently it's
They're
pretty
all
good.
ripping.
I'm surprised they haven't made a classroom simulator, to be honest, like teaching simulator.
Well,
I'm surprised they haven't
actually,
done that yet.
coming up, the 2 Point Hospital. Remember that, like, Theme Hospital?
Yeah,
The people that made Theme Hospital made 2 Point Hospital, like,
Do a school.
25 years later. There's a game coming out called 2 Point Campus, and it's a university
Okay.
campus. And I'm into that. I
You
love
know what?
those games.
That's the large scale thing, and that's fine. I don't think it would be very fun to be a small scale, like
No.
teaching, like grade these papers.
But I'm
make a seating
surprised no
chart,
one's
like,
done it though, because like you've got
Right.
papers, please. Do you know what I mean? Like
Right, exactly.
mundane,
So anyway,
mundane tasks aren't too good for
Right.
the video game industry.
well, you say that, but a lot of people like Euro Truck Simulator. So,
That's what I'm saying.
hey.
They're not too good for them. Like there's plenty of games with mundane tasks.
Oh, there's not there. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. I thought you meant they don't work very well.
No,
But you
like
mean-
people love them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So anyway, this is another one of those.
So what
In
is
Animal Shelter,
Animal Shelter?
You run an animal shelter.
Excellent.
Believe it or not. And yeah, you have this computer. You go and there's animals that need rescuing. So you go and you choose one. It shows up in a van. You pick it up. You take it to the yard. You start out by choosing dogs or cats. And I guess you could probably do both maybe, but
I hate cats, so that wouldn't be
I'm
happening.
not crazy about cats. So I went with dogs.
Dogs.
Can you
Dogs,
put cats
man.
in a catapult?
No.
I like that.
So what you do is you have to, your dog shows up. You have to order a water container and dog food. And they
Yeah.
get delivered by drone. So you go and
Yeah.
get them.
And this, I'm
And-
looking at it now for the audio listeners. This is fully first-person 3D. This isn't like a 2D
Yeah,
top-down.
yeah.
This is like 3D
Right.
first-person view.
Oh, yeah.
The
It's
graphics are
very
pretty.
immersive in that sense.
I mean, they're pretty.
The graphics are pretty decent.
They're
Yeah, yeah.
This is what they are, Duke. They're
go
better than they
mad.
should be.
They're better than they should be. And actually, that's almost exactly what I wrote about the fun level in here. I was like, this is more fun than I expected it to be. Because, you're playing fetch with the dog.
Yeah.
You can pet the dog. And it's like hearts coming out of it. I'm like, oh, he likes me.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it
you
sounds
know-
like that thing Millie used to play on a DS.
Well,
with the
yeah.
Well, I don't know what
Labradors
to tell
in
you.
it. What was that called?
Animal Crossing?
No.
No, there's like Nintendogs, wasn't
Well,
it?
anyway.
Nintendogs,
Yeah.
there you go.
Nintendogs, right. So anyway, yeah,
that thing.
you get it, set it up. SLH likes cats, so don't be
Well,
talking shit about it.
someone has to.
Anyway, so, you have to get it up to health. You have to get it to love you enough. And then
Yeah.
when it reaches a certain point of love and trust, then you can find someone to adopt it. You got to take a picture of it.
Yeah.
And like, it doesn't matter what picture you take, I'm sure. But I was like
We should
kneeling
get-
down and like getting right in his face. Like I had to get a good picture. Took like 10
Over here,
pictures and
over here.
finally got the right one.
Over
Yeah,
here.
Oh my god.
Right.
What I
And
don't
then
You
like
are
Yeah,
is
taking
you
this
know.
game way too seriously.
there's something
Well,
that I
of course I'm
don't
gonna
like.
take it too seriously, Mr. Poker Online VR, whatever.
That's
Dude,
fun.
there's something that sort of annoys me in the game.
Yes. Go ahead.
There's a like a cartoon image. I'm gonna try and find it on the.
The cat's butt.
It's the
Yeah.
the bum of the cat
know.
is
Well,
like.
that's what cats
Right.
do, man. That's how they think of
Cats
humans.
walk away from you
show
where they
their
show you
arse.
their asses.
Look,
Yeah,
exactly.
well, no, it's a
Their
dog
arse.
actually.
That's realistic.
It's a dog. It's like just this dog's arse with a
Yeah,
little
it's got a
X.
star. It's got a star. I
Look
saw
at that.
Well, anyway, yeah, that's stupid. I know.
Yeah, but he's still looking at you.
And the dog's looking at you, going,
He's still
"You
looking at
you
you.
better not be looking at my arse.
Come on and get my tushy.
Come on, get it."
Anyway, so back to my reflections on the game.
Yes.
yeah, and I got him up to health, and then I was like, all right, let's post him up for adoption. And someone was like, I'll take him, and I was like, yeah. So I clicked on OK, and then it was funny because I thought the person might come to the place, but no,
Yeah.
this van shows up again.
Nice.
And you just put the dog in the same van that he came out
It's
of.
just the mafia.
And I was like,
I know this
rip
looks a
off.
bit
Yeah,
dodgy.
right.
If you ask me, where's it
Yeah.
really going?
exactly.
Hey, that dog good at protecting places.
Right. And then, so here's the thing. The tutorial had, fill the water dish, fill the food dish,
Jesus
go
Christ.
get a ball.
Well, you've got to
fill the
feed
ball,
them. What are
pet
you
with 'em.
expecting?
No, I know, but let me finish what I'm saying. For
finish.
fuck's sake. It's going through all these steps. And then when I got the dog adopted, it said, wait for the person to come pick up the dog. I was like, all right. And then, the van came. I put the dog in the van and was like, okay. Then the thing said, wait for 3 people to adopt dogs. And I was like, what? And I thought I had to just wait around. And it turns out, like, you're supposed to do that same thing 3 more times.
Yeah.
But it didn't. It wasn't at all clear. So if anybody's listening, you play the prologue, and it goes from very detailed things. Because I went looking on the conversations, and then I realized, oh, this is probably what it is. Because somebody had posted like, well, it just says wait for people to adopt the dogs. What am I supposed to do? Yeah. And somebody had written like walk away from the van, and I'm like, no, you idiot. God, that's not it. So anyway, yeah. So I started again. Okay, I'll adopt. I'll get more dogs. I'll take care of them. I'll do this. I got another dog up ready to adopt, and then I posted the picture, and everything was cool. And then I got like 3 emails, and one of them was like, we have a child, so it can't be too loud. And another person was like, dogs need to trust me and be playful. And it's like bolded. So what you need to do is you need to get the right dog for that person.
I like that. That's good. That's going into a lot of detail.
Well, it is going in a lot of detail, but I reached that point, and I was like, I ain't trying to fucking play matchmaker. What do I look like, dog Tinder?
You know what? That's what it's really like, though. When they put
I'm sure it is, Stu. And if you find that fun, then more power to you.
I think you should run a shelter with. I think you should run a shelter with that attitude, dude.
I think.
Listen, it's gonna be that attitude. Here's a dog. Take it or get the fuck out of here.
Is this dog good with kids? How the fuck am I supposed to know?
Just let's put a kid in a
Take
cage.
the dog.
Dogs as is. That's what the place is going to be called. Dogs as is.
As is,
Just
yeah.
take it and go, motherfucker.
I like
Jesus
the way.
Christ. You think
This
I
is the
if
dog.
I knew that Tito was going to mutilate my thumb in
That's
a dog
true.
fight that I would take him home? Shit, no. But they were like, he needs a home. He's cute. And I was like, all right, let's take him home.
I like the way you pick up the animals. You just sort of suck them up like from the
Yeah.
ground,
Just-
like, vroom, like
And
that.
suddenly they're in your arms,
Yeah.
and you put them down. It's like, yeah.
Apart from the sucking them up thing not being realistic, that is not realistic when you pick a cat up because he would try
No.
to scratch your
Scratch
face.
your
Well,
face
exactly.
off. Yeah.
That's
Right,
what
there are
fucking
many
cats
things
do.
about this virtual pet adoption center that are not realistic.
No, that's
Yeah,
right.
This person's shit
Scratch
at taking
your eyes
pictures. Look
out.
at this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a picture of the side of him. Like, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
Do you know,
Awful.
there
Get
was
his
a
face.
there was a girl I used to work with who had cats.
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And she came in one day, and her arms looked like she'd been trying to crawl through barbed wire, right? Covered in
Nice.
scratches, right? And I was like, wow, what the hell happened to you? And she's like, oh, it's just a cat. I woke up and it was on my bed, and I must have like bashed it or something. It was just trying to show it loved me. I'm like,
Well,
what?
okay.
Are you
And by the way,
mental?
this person on the demo is picking up all this poop everywhere. I didn't mess with that at all. I don't even know if there was poop lying
Again,
around, but I-
you should own an animal shelter. Why are all the cages
Poop
full of?
acres.
Why are all
Why
the
is the
cages
dog
full of
covered in
shit?
shit I've just
Listen,
adopted?
listen.
Hey, do you want them or not? Get
Do you
the
want
fuck outta
do
here.
you want the dog or not? I ain't,
Holy
dog
crap.
shit. Okay. Jeez.
Yeah.
know,
so anyway,
I'm sorry,
animal
right?
shelter. It's cute, but it wasn't for me.
Susan says not all cats scratch, right? That's
Bollocks.
possibly true, but
That's
I don't
bollocks.
believe you, right? My auntie used to
Well,
have
every
a cat.
cat
This
I've
is-
ever met
This is
scratched.
part of the reason I don't like cats, Susan. I get where you come from and you love cats. That's fine. I'm not like, judging you for loving cats. But my auntie's cat used to jump on my knee like it was being all friendly and nice,
yeah.
right? And I used to stroke it for a bit and he'd be like, oh, look at me, I'm all loving. And the next thing I knew, it used to dig its claws into my legs, like
Yeah.
literally, like
Yeah.
full on digging in. I'm like,
And therefore,
and I
all
used to-
cats scratch, right?
Exactly.
that's it.
And I'm like, that, and it used to catch birds. This is how bad it was, right? It used to catch birds in the yard, wing them so they couldn't move anymore, right? So it'd break the wings, because that's what cats do, because they love them. And that it would let the cat crawl, sorry, not the cat, but the bird crawl away a bit, and then pour it back to itself and play with it. I'm sorry,
Play with things
but that
until
is
they're
not
dead.
a nice pet. That That is not. And he used to bring dead birds and drop them at the doorstep as presents
Okay.
for me auntie.
So
Yeah, we know how cats work. Thanks,
Stu.
Stu.
That's why I don't like cats. So I'm
And-
sorry, Susan.
Right.
That is. the
I
reason
I need you
don't
to
like
stop
cats.
talking. I've got something I want to say about Animal Shelter.
Yeah.
Go.
What year is it set in? Because you're fucking taking photos and scanning them.
Yeah, I know, right? You're taking photos and scanning them, but there's a drone delivering you your dog food. So
What the
I don't know.
fuck
it's
is
some
going on?
Alternative 2023.
What is going on?
It's really weird. I don't know.
Um,
I think, look, the way it works is the reason I think you have to do that is because the camera that you have just spits out an image as soon as you take it. It's like a Polaroid. So I think that's a mechanic to get you.
is
to
this
have to
some?
keep
Are you
buying-
playing some hipster fuck or something with a Polaroid?
You
or-
have to. It's a way to make you have to keep buying stuff for the camera. I think.
Right.
So,
Well.
Oh, do you reckon you can update from the scanner to your phone or something?
Yeah.
Maybe. I didn't
Anyway.
play
Because
it enough to
I'll be
really-
honest, I think
there's a lot of stuff that when you go to the shop, because you have to buy food and stuff. There's like brooms and vacuums and like all sorts of stuff that you can buy in order to, I don't know, maybe you can automate stuff
There was, to be
eventually.
fair, when he was taking pictures, was it a digital camera as opposed to a phone? It
That was
looked
a
like.
Polaroid. He said.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
but it spits the camera out.
Can
so
you can
only
you
have, like,
can
eight-
you add your own bios to the animals? Like this dog is the worst fucking dog.
Yeah.
And if
This
you
dog cured cancer.
if you adopt this dog, it will ruin your life. Good
Eat
luck.
you.
Yeah.
It will
exactly.
eat you.
Right.
And your house.
This cat does not scratch.
All right. I
asterisk.
think that's all the mileage we're going to get out of Animal
In
Shelter.
inverted commas. This
Yeah.
cat does not
Yep.
scratch. Honest.
Right.
Okay. Great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks all right. I mean, if you're into pets and stuff, I guess.
Oh, Stu, we are done talking about this game.
Yeah.
He's not.
Not for me. Not for me. Yeah. Not my thing. Anyway, talking of simulators, I've been playing one this week.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, I have. Because now I've got my own like Xbox Ultimate Game Pass bollocks.
Yeah.
I can play cloud gaming, so I don't have to download these fucking enormous games to play
And
them.
doesn't it work flawlessly?
It works fine actually at home. I've had no issues at all. It's worked absolutely
Is
flawless.
it, you get a bit of. It's not as clear a picture though, is it?
I
Sometimes?
I played the whole of True Colors on cloud, and it was absolutely fine. I had no issues at all with it. It looked
Because no
fine,
one's
it
playing that
played
game,
fine.
so no one's.
Well, whatever.
using
Anyway,
it.
it looked fine, right? I've been playing Farm Simulator 22
Yeah.
this week, and it looked fine. It looked
Uh-huh.
exactly like what you're seeing on the screen. There was no glitchy. It didn't look out of focus. It was absolutely fine.
Right.
Okay.
So I've not had no issues with
So
that.
what
But
did you think
anyway,
of Farming Simulator
yeah,
2022? Jeff
I
Stab
played-
in the
I know, he
chat
loves
has
it.
said,
He loves it.
"Holy shit, Farming Simulator for the win."
Yeah.
So it's got its
So-
fans. I know Lewis is into this shit.
I know he is. I know he is. I played Farming Simulator 19, I think, was the last
Oh
version
yeah,
of this
yeah.
I played.
Good year.
It was a good year, apparently. Everyone loved that game.
That was the year before COVID, so it
It's
was a good
just
year.
not. It's not for me, man.
No.
Because, and I'll tell you for why.
Because it's boring as fuck.
It's fucking boring.
Yeah.
And it's just almost too technical.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. Okay, if it's too technical, that's one thing. You were
Yeah.
raving about
Oh, I
lawnmower
love a bit of
simulator.
lawn mowing because it's.
So I don't
it's-
know
it's
how
kinda,
this could be considered
right.
boring.
And I had this conversation with Susan on Twitter. Okay, and the difference between this and lawn mowing simulator, I just think it's the setting, because it's like chocolate box houses or all like cottages with thatched roofs, and like it just screams British countryside. Right? There's
Yeah.
birds tweeting, there's ambient noise, and it's just kind of, I think it taps into that like reminiscing. You know, it sort of taps into some.
Well, when you used to mow
I gotcha,
lawns,
The
sitting
No,
on.
I-
ancient
just a
notion of,
British-
no,
just
the
a
ancient
British
pastoral
countryside.
idea of England back in
Yeah.
the day. No, I hear you.
British countryside, birds tweeting. It's like, right, and I said this to the best description, and I said this to Susan, I can give you. It's like the Orb's Adventures Beyond Ultra World in a game.
I literally have no idea what you said.
Because, well, the Orb's like an ambient house group who did
Of
this
course it is.
album. And they used a lot of like sheep noises and like stuff that was kind of really tapped into stuff you recognize. And it's cool. It's such a great album. Very old album, but great. And it just reminds me of that. I don't know what it is about Lawn Mowing Simulator, but there's something nice about finishing the lawn, and having it all mowed and it looks okay, and then you get paid.
And you don't get that from Farming Simulator.
No, I just don't get the same vibe. And I think some of it is to do with, like, for instance, the opening trailer or the cutscene at the beginning of this game makes it look like something, because I put it on, right, and I didn't have the sound on because it was like before anyone got up, and I hadn't put my earphones in, and I looked up and I'm like, oh, have I loaded the wrong game? Because see if you can find the opening cutscene, because I was like, it looked like some sort of action adventure game. I thought I'd put Red Dead Redemption 3 on.
Right.
Because I was like, what the hell is this? And I'm looking
Don't tell
at
me they oversold a game that is not an accurate reflection of what's actually happening in the game.
And I looked at it and I was like, wow, I think I've loaded the wrong game. And then I looked, I'm like, no, it's that. I even did the home button to look. Because I'm thinking, this isn't right. This isn't the game. So that kind of got me a bit like, oh yeah, this might be better. This looks better. And then it's the same. So you actually run into a green marker and you've got to, I don't know, use the combine harvester straight away, and attach the equipment, lower the equipment, higher the, and it's sort of automated now as well, which it wasn't. Well, it might have been. I don't know. I didn't probably play enough for the last one, but it turns around on its own and stuff. So I was just like, and then it was on the wrong direction, and it says left stick to steer, and once it's on the wrong direction, I couldn't fucking steer it anywhere.
Right.
I'm like, what's the point of that? So I got to know that, and then I got out, and it just carried on going on its own. Just doing its own thing with no one sat in it.
Yeah, I can't really get the introduction.
Yeah, it's trying to automate some spots and make it more engaging in other spots. And I played one of these once upon a time, and I just couldn't be done. I couldn't be.
And then, right, you have like you've got to create your character, so you can change your hair and your beard and your hat and your clothes.
Did you make Randall?
I don't know, and all that shit.
Did you make Randall Flag?
You usually
you can't choose a name.
Oh.
It has a name already chosen.
Oh,
so you
fuck.
can't
Wow.
choose your name, right? So that pissed me off a bit. Right? But then it's got designer gear, right? So you can have normal generic stuff. But then it's got all these, presumably, that are just names that are associated with farm gear. Like
Corn 28.
Yeah, it's like these sort of Diplo shoes or something. I don't know. So it's all these fucking weird
Big brands, man.
Clothing and shoes in the game now.
No way! You got some of those wheat boots.
No way.
That's amazing.
I love this game. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're for me.
People
I played it for probably the best part of,
love this game. Jeff Stab in the chat says you can change your name.
Well, I couldn't see where to fucking do it, and
it's because you suck. Get good, man.
Get good.
And I'm like, fuck this game. I'm done.
Bam.
If it had let me change my name at the beginning, I might have been like, oh yeah, I can change my own name. No, it doesn't tell you to do that. It just fucking gives you choose a bald head. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much
it. And it's so misleading. That opening cutscene is fucking ridiculous.
I can't find it.
There must be. You must be able.
Yeah,
to.
I'll try and find it again. But
try and find it, because
the very first video I clicked didn't work, so therefore I give up.
But yeah, see if you can find it, because it's just ridiculous.
Oh, I've got a cinematic trailer, Farming Simulator.
That must be it. That must be it. If it's 22, it must be it.
So
it's absolutely ridiculous. Wow. You would not know it was this game.
So it's just for the audio listeners. It looks like a kind of house in the middle of the farm. It's very, very cinematic. It looks like, wow, the graphics are amazing.
It looks like Left 4 Dead.
It looks
like Left 4 Dead.
It?
It's just unbelievable graphics. Yeah. This is crazy.
It's no wonder it says not actual gameplay.
If you saw a trailer for this at like E3 or something,
it would be a fun game.
Yeah, you'd be like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah, and you would.
There's a young girl getting up. She's grabbing pizza. She's walking out into the farm. Looks like The Last of Us a little bit. She's looking at the farm like she's going to do something. Shit in it, maybe. And then there's a big tractor. She's driving the tractor. She's loving it. Graphics are amazing in this trailer. This is nuts. This is crazy.
Honestly, they did an amazing job of that trailer.
Wow. I can't understand how Farming Simulator gets a game every year, but I can't get a snooker game every year. I don't get it.
There's not enough people playing snooker. People fucking love farming.
They bloody love it.
You see the bit where she's holding the corn and looking around like something like intimidating.
Yeah, like the virus has broke out.
Yeah, like aliens have landed.
Yeah.
Time to get this corn.
I know this card is bad.
Yeah. Wow, what a trailer this is.
In it. Honestly, when I
amazing.
watched, well, honestly, like I said, when I looked up, I'm like, I've loaded the wrong game.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah,
Wow.
lighting's
Gotta do something to sell the
amazing.
game.
If this game looked
Actual
like this,
gameplay won't
it
work.
would be fucking amazing.
Honestly, if farming like was
Well,
like
no,
this,
but
I'd
that's the thing
change
is
my
that,
career.
like, the gameplay, if the gameplay wasn't changed, then it still wouldn't be fun.
Yeah.
Graphics are one thing, but graphics can't carry a weak game if it's not the gameplay isn't fun.
Look, I get people love this game, so I don't want to shit on it too much. It's just not for me. It's just not for me.
More
Well,
power to you. if
good
you like it.
old power to
but as
you.
I said on Twitter, I think we need like a permaculture organic gardening simulator because all these games are like drive this machine, drive that machine.
Yeah, but
drive this machine to that machine.
the people that like these games like cars and stuff like that
And
as
that's
well.
fine. Look, more power to you. I think this game should exist, but I also think we need, and I mean it's Stardew Valley basically. That's what it is. But some sort of larger scale, like growing stuff by hand, not doing everything mechanically, industrially with genetically modified organisms and stuff.
I think you should go the other way. I think you should have a farming simulator where you put like
Factorio.
giant tomatoes that are bigger than human beings, and just how
Well,
fucked
then
up.
that's Plants vs Zombies.
How mad can you make your farm grow?
Now, whoa, now you're talking, right?
Whoa.
If Farming Simulator 22 had farming plus defending your farm from zombies,
Yeah.
There you go.
I might be fucking in.
Yeah.
I might be in. Well, yeah, it was just crazy. Have we got anything else? Have we got anything else? No, I think that's everything.
Yeah.
That's everything I played.
All right, time for some news.
Time for some news.
Putting news first.
I got a bit of news.
Oh, have you got some
Oh,
news?
snap, what's
I've
that?
got a bit of news. I've got the list here of some more games that they've talked about that will be available on the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium packages. So, Stu,
go on.
I wanted to run these by you, Stu.
Yeah,
I know Duke won't buy into it because he's a big hippie and he doesn't buy anything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he doesn't- he
Stu,
doesn't
I
do
wanted
that.
to run this by you because you're a big Sony
Go.
fanboy and see if
I am.
this.
Do you know,
But
I've
if
not
there's a
played
demo for a game that I'm not interested in
See-
on Steam, I'll definitely play that.
See if this entices you, Stu.
Well,
Okay,
now you're saying that, Chinny, but I have something to tell you today.
go on.
Something to tell you. I got a new extension lead for all my electrical shit, so I can turn them all off individually now. To save power, because fucking power costs a fucking fortune if you live in this country now. So I've got a thing so I can turn all that shit off, right, without having to mess
Right.
around.
Yeah.
And I used to always have my PS4 in rest mode because I was always in the middle of playing something. So
right.
it's off.
It's
fucking
off.
turned off completely.
So it should be. Okay, so here's the list, Stu. Okay,
Go.
so I'm gonna.
I'm ready.
You've got a couple of
I
lists.
like lists.
Couple of
I like
lists going on here. So these are the PS5 games that are available on the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium. Okay.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'm just going to run through them and then tell me what you think. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Control, Death Stranding Director's Cut, Demon Souls, Destruction All Stars, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Mortal Kombat 11, NBA 2K22, Returnal, and The Artful Escape.
Yeah, well, I played The Artful Escape because that's been on Game Pass for ages.
Yeah, so nothing on that list?
Apart from that, nope, nothing.
Okay, so here's the PlayStation
give a
4
shit about any
games.
of
Now, I'm going to go through these quicker. Batman Arkham Knight, Bioshock Remastered, Borderlands The Handsome Collection, Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition, Celeste, City Skylines, Control, Dead Cells, Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4, Final Fantasy 15, For Honor, Hollow Knight, Kingdoms of Amalur, Re-Reckoning, Lego Harry Potter Collection, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Mortal Kombat 11, Naruto Shippuden, sorry Anton, no one cares, NBA 2K22, Outer Wilds, Red Dead Redemption 2, Resident Evil, Soul Calibur 6, Safe Park, The Fractured Butthole, The Artful Escape, The Crew 2, The Division.
No.
Nothing?
Not a single game would persuade me to get
Right. Last list. PS3 games.
God, really?
I know, they're hanging on. Azura's Wrath, Castlevania Lords of the Shadow 2.
What a game. Now you're talking.
Castlevania Lords of the Shadows 2, Crash Commando, Demon Souls, Devil May Cry HD Collection, Echo Chrome, Enslaved Odyssey to the West, Fear, Hot Shots Golf, Out of Bounds, Hot Shots Golf World Invitation, Eco, Infamous, Infamous 2, Infamous Festival of Blood, Loco Roco, Lost Planet 2, Motorstorm Apocalypse, Motorstorm something something, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, Puppeteer, Rain, Ratchet & Clank, Cracking Time, Into the Nexus, Quest for Booty, Red Dead Redemption, Undead Nightmare, not Red Dead Redemption, just Undead Nightmare, Resistance 3, Super Stardust HD, Tokyo Jungle, When Vikings Attack. Stu.
I would have said there's more games on that list that I would probably play again.
Yeah.
Than on the other two
So
lists.
the PlayStation 3 list is the thing that would
Eco.
probably get...
Eco's on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's some good games on there. Azura's Wrath. I absolutely love that game.
There are PS2 games. Oh my god, there's PS2 games.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm not bothered about them.
Right, okay, I'll read them out. There's not many. Ape Escape 2, Ark the Lad, Dark Cloud 2, Fantavision, Hot Shots Tennis, Jack 3, Jack and Daxter, Jack 2, Jack X, Rogue Galaxy, Siren, Wild Arms, and there's some PlayStation 1 games. Ape Escape, Hot Shots Golf, IQ, Jumping Flash, Mr. Driller, Siphon Filter, Tekken 2, Worms Armageddon, which is the best Worms, by the way, and Worms World Party. Stu, are you getting the PlayStation Extra Premium package now?
Well, I was never getting it anyway.
Excellent stuff.
Still a no.
Still a no.
Still a no.
There you heard
I
it,
haven't had
folks.
PlayStation Plus for years.
No. Well, I think I've still got PlayStation Plus, but I don't
Nah,
bother
not
downloading any of the
not
games.
had it
of
for
it.
years.
Duke, have I enticed you at all?
Absolutely not.
Excellent. I'm glad that we did that. That was a good exercise.
That was a
That's
good use of our time.
Brilliant stuff. But, well,
Brilliant.
there you go. It doesn't entice me either because most of those
It's a
games...
no.
Most of those games I've played. Do you know, there's only Returnal
Yeah.
that I haven't played. Assassin's Creed Valhalla I haven't played, but I don't care about Assassin's Creed anymore because they're awful. But, you know, Death Stranding I have no interest in playing because I know it'll be awful.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 11's on Game Pass. I've played all the Spider-Mans. I've got Guardians of the Galaxy on Game Pass. So it's like, it seems to me that it's one or the other. There's no need to have Game Pass and this.
No.
Mm.
Definitely not.
Unless you've not played any PlayStation games for years. But we have, haven't we? We've been doing this show for 14 years. Like, we played most of these things anyway. So
yeah.
I'm shocked that like
No
The Last
need.
of Us isn't on here. Maybe it is. But I don't know.
Yeah, it does seem very weird. Right. That being said,
Yes.
there is some super quick news. The first news is something I'm really interested in. I only read about this week, but it's something I think will be really, really cool. There's a Fallout 4 mod coming that is set in London. So it's like, what shit went down when the fucking bombs went off in London?
Yeah.
Which is super cool.
That's
Not
cool.
only that. They reckon it's going to be like an entire game in its own right, all set in London and the surrounding area, right? And there even is like Tower Bridge covered in vines and stuff and overgrown and stuff like that. It looks very cool. But not only that, they've got 2 previous Doctor Who's doing the voice acting.
Wow.
So they've got
pretty good.
Sylvester McCoy and Colin Baker, who are the voice actors in this.
Colin Baker.
Yeah, Colin Baker. Which is kind of impressive that they've actually got some proper actors doing stuff for
Or
a
it
mod.
says a lot about how hard it is to get work after you've been Doctor Who.
Well, maybe, but even so, that is still super
David
cool.
Tennant still does well.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I'm talking about like from the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. But yeah, I think that's super cool. I am quite
it is
impressed.
cool. I agree.
And I'm like, wow, I'll play this. I don't know when it's coming, but they released a 20-minute like gameplay trailer for it.
Yeah.
To show you what it's going to be about. And I'm like, yeah, I like that. I like the setting in London. It would be cool to have a Fallout game set in London. So yeah, I'm up for that. So keep your eyes out for that, people. It looks fun. Embracer Group, who bought loads of shit up.
Loads of shit.
Loads of shit, which also included anything like Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They want to make remakes and remasters and spin-offs of all of the Tomb Raider and Deus Ex games. I'm like, no.
They already
Tomb Raider
made
doesn't-
remakes of the original
I know.
original Tomb Raider.
No, this is the newer ones, but they don't seem old enough to do.
But
a
they
remake.
remade that as well.
I know they've already done all that shit.
I
I don't get it.
A reboot, maybe.
Reboot, but I don't know. It just seems a
At
bit
this
of
point,
a...
I don't know what a
Who
reboot
cares?
of Tomb Raider looks like because we already had a reboot recently.
Yeah.
Like what? Make her a man? Like I have no idea. Like what do you do? Like if honestly, just continue that story. Just like make her do something else. Like
Yeah.
those games are great. Like
They don't need
they don't need a
to try and be
reboot.
milked. They don't need to be milked anymore. EA is looking to be purchased. They're putting it out there. They want someone to buy them, and apparently they've been in talks with Disney, Apple, and Amazon
Yeah.
to try and buy them. Go on, please buy us, please buy.
Well, those
EA."
companies will definitely make things better at EA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course they will.
Yeah.
Of course they will. So yeah,
I'm surprised
who
Steam
knows?
hasn't been in discussions because they've had EA games on Steam for a while. I guess Steam doesn't really buy other gaming
They don't buy
companies.
other
No.
gaming companies.
Well,
They're
EA's
alright.
I mean, FIFA has got to be like that's the
Cash cow.
goal, doesn't it? For
Yeah, but it's gone.
EA.
It's gone though, hasn't it? They've no
Beautiful.
license anymore for that.
Do they not?
Oh,
No, no,
really?
it's
Didn't
run
know that.
out. It's run out, and they're not renewing it. So they said it costs too much to
See?
renew it.
The real news that we do want to hear, nothing doing.
So basically what they've said is they're going to go to each football club and do a deal with the clubs individually for
That
the
sounds like an
license.
awful idea.
It sounds like
Yeah,
fucking
it's a lot of
awful
work.
lot of work.
I mean, to be fair, FIFA probably just kept jacking up the price until it wasn't
Yeah,
worth
of course
it.
it did.
Yeah.
And FIFA, the game company, EA, ran out of ideas for how to make that shit meaningful. Like, oh, we're gonna make people open packs and spend 700 quid on.
Yeah, but people do
DLC
that, dude. They made a lot of
I
money
know they
from
do.
that.
No, I'm saying though, but like, that's pathetic. That's the business model for
Yeah.
EA.
There's
on
a
this
lot.
game.
There's a lot of like nostalgia for Pro Evolution as well. So,
Yeah, but apparently it's a bit shit now.
well, I know, but like if they got some licenses and stuff, people they could. I'm not saying it's gonna be good, Stu, and I'm not saying I really give a shit, to be honest. But I'm saying that this is a good window for them to sort of do something because people still like Pro Evo or still associate Pro Evo with their youth, and they might want that back. But you can't have your youth back because we're all dying slowly.
We're all old. Vampire survival game V Rising. This is the next biggest thing on Steam. Have you heard of this?
No.
No.
So basically, it's called V Rising. It's a vampire survival game. So you're a vampire.
That's a
and you've gotta-
blindingly new concept. Oh, you're the vampire. Okay.
You're the vampire, and you've got to
Oh,
learn
okay,
how
I
to
gotcha.
survive.
Oh no.
All right.
So you've got to survive as
And
a
do you
vampire.
sparkle like diamonds?
Not a clue.
Are
But
you
the-
in love
but
with
the-
a 17-year-old girl?
No, no, you're not. But people
are
are
you,
loving
a thinly
this.
veiled Mormon fable?
It sold over 500,000 copies in 3 days of being released.
It
And it's
doesn't-
early access as well.
It doesn't look what I expected it to look like.
No, but people
No,
are
it really
loving
doesn't.
this.
It looks
They
like
absolutely love it.
like Diablo.
It looks like Diablo, yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah. Don't go out in the daylight, but this dude doesn't seem to give a shit, does he?
Well, if he's in the shadows, that's the key.
Well, maybe that's what you have to do.
You just don't want to have your skin sparkle like diamonds.
Yeah, I don't think he does. He'd probably melt. I'm guessing if it's a bit more realistic. Yeah, he just melted. Did you see?
No.
He went in the light and he melted. But no, people are loving it. It's doing well. Good on them. It's nice when you get these. These happen every year, don't they? There's some game just comes out of nowhere. Then it just goes and fucking.
Yeah, but I have
back.
no interest in it, therefore I don't.
No, you
care.
don't. But obviously, a lot of people do. You know.
But people do, Chinny.
People do.
Some
Okay.
random idiots on Steam like
Yeah.
this game.
Xbox Game Pass will add Assassin's Creed Origins and For Honor in June, apparently. So that's been announced.
Yeah. Okay,
Which
fine.
is probably better than most of that shit on the PlayStation service.
Well, they've got Valhalla, haven't they? So
Yeah, they have. But this is like $7.99 a month. Theirs is about 15 quid, isn't it, for the highest tier?
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So it's not that good. And apparently, it's almost time for yet another Skyrim port.
Okay.
Christ.
I know. So
Just
they
give us
are-
Elder Scrolls 6 already,
I know.
for fuck's sake.
So the game's anniversary edition, released in 2021, is coming to Switch next month. It's like, God,
Yeah. Okay.
hey, stop, fuckers, stop.
Hey, talk about making money, like.
Exactly, yeah.
People keep buying it.
Coming out from Warner Brothers is a Smash Brothers-like game called Multiverses. Have you seen this?
Say that again.
Multiverses is called. It's a free-to-play Smash Brothers-like game coming from Warner Brothers.
No.
It looks pretty cool, and they've got loads of licensed characters.
I'm surprised like no one's like made a Smash Brothers clone. Like,
well, here it comes, people.
here it comes, and they've got a lot. They've got Superman, Batman.
They've got
Wonder
Scooby Doo,
Woman.
Game
Wow.
of Thrones, Adventure Time.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Scooby Doo going up against Batman. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Why not?
Shaggy.
Ridiculous.
Braggy.
Because it cheapens the Batman franchise. I'm sorry, that character.
At
means
this point,
something.
Duke, does anybody give a shit?
But this looks cool. I love it. I love the fact that there's like anything's fair game. So it could be any character.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Adventure Time.
Yeah, there you go.
So you've got some character from Scooby Doo, Spider, Superman.
I think when this comes
Wreck-It
out,
Ralph,
I don't know
I
what it's
think.
out now, but I think we should give
know
it a
it's
whirl,
not.
Chinny.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I think we should try Bugs Bunny apparently
Making
as well.
pancakes, making bacon pancakes.
That's Adventure Time.
That's not Wreck-It Ralph. That's
That's Adventure Time.
no.
Time.
I'm talking about the character on the screen. It's something
Oh.
Universe. What's his name? Something Universe. I don't know.
I don't know, but look,
Captain
this looks
Universe?
better than it should be. I think this is going
Does
to
it
be
have,
quite a lot
now
of
here's
fun.
the question though: does it have Captain Latvia?
I don't
Who
know.
knows? You can have anyone you like. It just look. I'll be honest. It looks like Super Smash Brothers. That's literally just all it looks like.
Yeah.
But it could be fun. It could be a lot of fun. I'm reckoning.
It
And
could
it's
be
free.
It could be the
Free
next.
to play.
Oh, it's
Free
free.
to play.
Well,
Free
there
to
you
play.
go. If it's free, then it could be the next
Well,
big.
it's not. There'd obviously be something you have to.
No,
buy,
I know,
like
but
maybe
like if
some
it's free,
premium
if
characters.
because that's what
Genshin
the
Impact's
kids care about. If it's
Yeah.
free,
Free to
F-R-E-E,
play.
free, no charge.
kids will just play shit for free for
You
no
don't have
reason.
to pay 50 quid to play it on your Switch.
Yeah. hmm
So it looks cool, and I think it'll run on probably a calculator, so you'll be fine.
Probably.
Yeah, so it probably will.
Steven Universe. That's it. There you go. Okay.
There you go.
Bugs Bunny.
Gloomhaven, you know Gloomhaven, the board game.
Unfortunately, yes.
Well, Gloomhaven, the PC.
Let me guess. There's a new kind of thing to put pieces in.
No, Gloomhaven, the PC game, is coming to consoles.
Oh, thank God.
After more than 2 years on Steam, it's finally coming to consoles. Apparently, people love this. The sort of video game version of it apparently is very good.
I'm surprised you haven't got into it. Oh, yeah.
No, because I just want to play the board game. I don't give a shit.
You're like one of those book enthusiasts saying, "Oh, the book is
I
bad.
don't want to play the
The film was so
game.
good. Well, was
I'm
it?
going to
Because the
play
book
the
is
board
fucking
game.
bad."
Okay, some more serious news. And I know
Okay.
we're not very often serious on this podcast.
No.
But Twitch, Discord, and other social media companies are going to be investigated for their role in the Buffalo shooting. So basically, on May 14th, the gunman killed 10 people and wounded 3 others in a racist attack to the Buffalo grocery store.
Yeah,
And
and Twitch needs to do more to keep this
Yeah.
goddamn video off of
He
it.
live streamed it on Twitch whilst he was doing it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So that's what he did. And
Horrible.
it was on.
And people are now the video was taken down within minutes, but there are people rebroadcasting it on Twitch now. I saw something on Twitter where some woman, her son was going to try to watch someone play video games, and he's suddenly seeing this.
Wow.
Yeah. Apparently,
What
it's
the
on 4chan, 8chan, Discord. And
4chan just needs to be
others.
shut down. 4chan
Yeah.
and 8chan need to die. They need to go away. It's not a matter of like, well, you know, some user. No, it just keeps breeding these people,
Yeah.
and it gives a new voice to the psychopaths. And he said he went on 4chan because he was bored. And then he ended up shooting up I mean, it's like if ISIS was recruiting on Twitter. We'd be like, well, you know, they're doing all they can. No, they're not. And it pisses me off.
Yeah, they need to do more. I think that it's come to a point now where the fact this guy managed to live stream it on Twitch, and I'm sure I don't know how long he was able to do that for. Before
Just a
it
couple
finally-
of minutes, but
But
still.
regardless, he got to
Yeah.
do it before it was taken down. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not good. It's not good.
And
that
the thing is,
that happens.
right, and this is exactly why Facebook doesn't want to do more, because if they admitted that they are content providers, I mean, once upon a time, anybody who broadcasted things was a content provider, and you needed a license. Well, Facebook and YouTube and Twitch come along, and they go, well, we're not content providers. We're just like we're just a
Hosting it.
platform."
We're just
Right.
a host.
And so as a result, they don't have any responsibility for what goes out on their airwaves, so to speak. Well, okay, then there is nothing that anybody can do. But if we say you are content providers, I'll bet you they would find some way to deal with it lickety split. But we don't want to say that.
Oh yeah,
so,
they were
you
getting
know.
in trouble, although they are being investigated, so they are in trouble a little bit.
Everybody gets investigated. Donald Trump's been investigated 600 times. What's come of it? Nothing.
Nothing. Anyway, that's some serious news. We'll get back onto some exciting news now. I'm moving on to because Acer are bringing, and this is some new technology apparently that's only just been
Oh,
announced.
God.
So fucking get excited, people.
What is it now?
They are bringing the no glasses 3D screen tech to gaming laptops.
Right.
Wow. So it's a
So this is the
basically
stuff that like the 3DS did years ago.
it's literally a giant 3DS.
But you can only sit at one spot in your living room in order to
Yeah.
see it.
No
That'll be it.
one. I mean, I'll be honest. I bought into the 3DS hype when it
No, not you,
And-
Stuart. You never give in
and-
to hype. What are you talking about?
It was cool that they came up with
Yeah.
a way of doing it with no glasses needed, and it looked like proper full-on 3D. It was very clever.
That's the thing.
But
is
what
that
did
these things
everybody
are all
do?
Gimmicks. They're cool for about a week.
Yeah,
And then
no
it's
one
like,
gives a shit.
Everybody turned off the
Do you
3D.
remember the last
Like
time
that.
we watched
Yeah,
a
exactly.
3D movie at the pictures?
No one
was
watches
never in
it.
No one though. No one. Does
No
it
one
anymore.
cares
I remember I
about it.
dragged the
Gives a
Duchess to
shit.
Spy Kids 3 in 3D, and the only good thing about that movie was that Ricardo Montalban at one point is in a wheelchair, and the kid's touching his wheelchair. He goes, "Hey, watch it. This is fine." Oh, what the hell did he use? Cordoban
yeah.
leather. Yeah, this is fine Cordoban leather, and it's like the thing he used to say on the commercial. Yes.
We watched Despicable Me 2 in 3D, and it's quite funny at the end because they do a lot of shit for 3D only. But then when you see it on a normal telly, it makes no sense. It's like, what's the point of that? What's the point of that? So yeah, good on Acer for doing something that no one gives a shit about and won't pay the extra to have it. Who knew?
Yep.
Saudi Arabia have bought 5% of Nintendo.
The whole country.
Yes.
Presumably the government.
Because
or the
there's a
House of
Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, and that's bought 5% of Nintendo.
Cool.
And this was the best bit was in response, Nintendo said it learned of the stake from news reports and declined to comment. I mean, they were like, shit.
Just don't have any characters say anything about Kamal Khashoggi.
Yeah, so Saudi Arabia's
Sorry,
got 5%.
Jamal
But,
Khashoggi, I think.
but you can't blame them because the stock will probably go up in value and be worth tons of money. So that's probably just an investment.
I don't want no goddamn Saudi Arabian government money in my company.
Well, too late. Fall Guys are going fully free to play alongside Xbox and Switch release next month. I've never played this.
Okay.
I should play. I feel like I
can
should
get
play
it for free finally.
Maybe I'll play it now. It's free.
Yeah, really.
Never played it. Final bit of news this week. Super quick news.
Final bit of news.
Leaked Silent Hill images suggest new game with a British setting.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool. That's all it is, though. There's nothing else. It's just a picture or two showing a British setting. But it would be cool. I just want another Silent Hill game because I like Silent Hill. You know, they make pretty good games. Right, to finish off the news this week, Chinny had a list. I've got a list. I've not had a list for a while, but I've got a list.
Okay.
And this is a list of, according to GameSpot, the best cult video games of all time. So I'm going to say the title of the game, and you go yes or no, agree, disagree.
Like what's the cult?
Cult. It's like a cult classic.
Like a cult hit.
So it's
right.
like The Shining if it was a movie. You know, it's like cult classic. People fucking love that game.
Look, The Shining is a movie.
All right.
No,
if
but
it's a
it's a
good
cult
game, if it
classic.
belongs on the list, we will hear the achievement noise.
Yeah.
And if it's a bad game, we will hear the buzzer.
So it's a
So we're
cult
ready.
classic. So these are games that weren't necessarily mega
Okay, go
popular.
ahead.
But
Number one.
Cult classics. Okay.
Number one is Second Sight.
Nope.
Hey, whoa!
I've-
It's not just up to you, Duke. Let's see what.
Yeah,
Chinny has
I'm
to
in
say.
charge of the sounds, aren't I?
Did you play
Yeah,
it,
but-
Duke?
No.
Then you can't comment.
You can't.
If it
comment.
was really good, it would have found its way to me. So
Chinny,
suck on that.
Is this a
Bullshit.
cult classic or not?
I've played
gonna
this
go
game.
Chinny on
I've
this.
played this game on the GameCube.
Oh, he has played this game.
And no, I would say no.
I was right the first time.
What if it would have been Time Splitters?
You know what? That's really loud and obnoxious. I'll do the sad horn if it's a bad game.
Same designer, by the way.
Yeah, I know it is. Yeah, I never. I liked Time Splitters a bit, but I don't know. I just didn't think it was that great.
No.
All right, number two.
Number two, Nier.
No, I
no.
played the first one. Weak RPG.
I never played it, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's the one that Nier Automata or whatever it was that came out not that long ago.
Well, it's like Portal and Portal 2. Very different games.
Very different.
Well, that's not a good comparison because those two are not that different. Assassin's Creed and Assassin's Creed 2. That's the Nier and Automata.
Yeah. Okay. Number 3, Earthbound.
I never played it. I've
That's
heard
on-
there
yeah.
are. I agree that this is a cult class. There are people who will kill you if you talk smack about this game.
This is on. You know the SNES Classic that I have. You know the SNES.
Kill you.
The SNES. This is on the SNES Classic. I've never played it, but
Because it's a classic cult game. Did you not know?
yeah, but it's like big stupid RPG that I don't care about.
They'll kill you. Kill
Some
you.
people kill you if you don't.
Kill you. Next game, Psychonauts.
I've never played it.
Can't say. Therefore, not a classic.
Not on
these
this
are
show.
cult classics, so it means
They're
like
not a
they're
cult classic. Not
not
this
nec-
cult.
Not this
not
cult.
necessarily popular,
Yeah.
but people like them
We're
after
gonna
the
drink your
fact.
For
blood.
people that don't know, we're a cult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Freedom
They all
Fighters.
know.
I
Never
don't know what
played
this
it.
is. No idea.
No, I know.
Apparently, this was from IO Interactive, and it was adapted basic Red Dawn premise into a game years before Homefront came out.
Ooh, Red Dawn.
No.
So it's kind of like Russians invade.
Start with commies.
you
parachuting
you
into
gotta
Kansas.
save the world.
I've
The
heard of
premise
it.
the Red Dawn, the biggest stupid thing about Red Dawn is these communists have tanks and paratroopers going into some town in Midwest Kansas. Why do they want to take over this town in Kansas? Why is it so important?
Who
Makes
knew?
no sense.
The best
No.
part of that film is the opening.
Well, of course, it's a great opening scene. It
Great
just doesn't
opening
make any
scene.
sense.
No, it's terrible. Okay, next game, Jade Empire.
Never played it.
Yes, I played
Oh,
this. That's a good
okay.
game. Yeah.
Okay,
I didn't play very much
Oh.
of it, but it's BioShock.
BioWare.
BioWare.
BioWare, yeah.
BioShock, BioWare, same thing.
And
Tomato, potato.
Is that an
Yeah,
agree?
it's-
Was that an agree noise?
It
I
is.
heard?
It is an agree. I agree. Yes.
There you go.
Good game.
Okay, next one, Beyond Good and Evil.
Never played
Yes.
it.
Also a
Oh,
good game.
wow, we're doing
back
well.
in the day, Ubisoft, one of their early flagship games. Very strong female protagonist. Interesting mechanics, not just blowing up everything. You have a little camera, fixing stuff. It was good.
I'll tell you what, these are all just fucking hipster games. I'm gonna keep going.
Well, that's,
They are a lot
that's
of
one of
hipster
cult
games.
classic.
I
games.
know, but
Nah,
they're
not
all
necessarily.
Well, kind of. Anyway, next one, Killer 7.
Never
no.
played it.
No, I played some of his like newer games.
Yeah.
released by Suda51.
I remember because I had a GameCube, so I didn't have a lot of options on the GameCube because there wasn't many games for it. And I remember Killer 7 being like a game that looked really cool in the magazine. I was like, oh, I really want to play it, but then
It
I
is a
found
cool
it.
game. It is
Oh yeah, I think I watched some gameplay of it like years and years later. I was like, I'm so glad I didn't buy it because it looks like trash.
Yeah. Okay, next one. I love this. I love that this is on the list because I love this game.
Okay, well that would be why you love it. Yeah, just read out
Yeah,
the fucking
yeah.
name.
Rockstar Games presents Table Tennis. What a fucking
It's not
game.
that good.
It is. I played.
But a cult classic doesn't necessarily have to be a
No, it
great
doesn't.
game. It could be great because of what it did at the
It's
time.
just great because it was great. This was the first time I ever played a game online and was playing someone in America, and it blew my mind.
Yeah, well,
You know, when I first got my 360, and it was just great. The mechanics were brilliant. When you went into focus mode and you were fucking whacking that ball and it was going about 90 miles an hour, it looked
Oh, man.
amazing.
I
And
mean,
this was
I'm a big
literally-
Rockstar fanboy, and I can't agree. Like,
This was a tech demo for the character
I
models.
know it
for
was. It
GTA
was. It
4.
was.
That's
No,
what
it was
made
it was the
for.
tech demo for the physics
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
game.
and the character models. It was
Well,
dope.
I'm sure they can nail character models.
Yeah, but animations, all that kind of shit.
Well, what do you think they're working on? Like, oh, we better make this game. All the animations won't work in GTA.
Anyway, it was good. And I love the bit at the end of this write-up, and it says, it's all about getting Rockstar to commit to another one of these. Rockstar Games presents Croquet. Has a nice ring to it.
You know what? It wouldn't surprise me if they did some ridiculous thing like this.
I love that game. Next one, and I have played a bit of this, but I just couldn't get into it, which is Okami.
Is this the
No,
paint? Like you
I tried
paint?
playing
it.
You,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
paint
the
the
dog.
world? Yeah.
No, you're a dog in the world.
Yeah, but
aren't
like you add colour
Yeah,
to
yeah,
everything.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
It was
Uh,
kind of cool. I played it for a bit, and I'm like,
Didn't they re-release it for the Wii? I think.
yeah, I think that's what I played it on.
I don't think it originally came out on the Wii. I think it was a PS2 game, but I think it.
Yeah,
Was
I
it
think that's what I
on the
played it
Wii?
on. I played it on something anyway.
Right.
Yeah, it was nice. It looked lovely, and it played all right. I just didn't get engaged, I guess. With it. Okay, next one, and I think we'll all be in agreement with this game.
Okay.
Okay, Spec Ops: The Line.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spec Ops The Line is
And that's
great.
not a cult classic. A cult classic is one, as again, it's not so well known. That game's very well known.
Well, it is and it isn't, and the reason
Oh,
they're saying
stop.
The reason they're saying
Every
it's-
time a Reddit thread starts in with like, what are some gems that nobody's noticed in a while? And everyone, oh, Spec Ops: The Line.
The
What's a
reason
game that messes with your point of view? Spec Ops: The Line.
sake. The reason they're saying it's a cult classic is because it was a very when it was coming out, everyone just thought it was going to be another run-of-the-mill third-person
Yes,
shooter,
it did some
and there
things
was a shit
differently,
ton
I'll
of
give it
those
that.
out at the time.
Yes, I agree.
But it was because of the story. It was a really clever story. It was very
It is
cool.
a good story. I'm not disputing that. That doesn't make it a cult classic.
Okay, next one. Duke, if you disagree with this, I'll poke you in the eyes because you cannot.
Okay.
Because it's eco.
Well, yeah. I don't have any eco sounds in here, but yeah, eco's the best. I was the one I was hoping. See, when you started talking about this, I
Don't
was
worry,
like,
there's a lot of games on
if
this.
eco isn't on this list, then it's a stupid
It's
list.
a cult
but
classic.
it's on it. Mwah, so beautiful.
It is.
But you know what? The internet doesn't wet its pants for eco the way it does about
Shadow of the Colossus, yeah.
Every
No,
Reddit
it
thread,
doesn't.
oh my god, PS2 games, Shadow of the Colossus, and I come in and go, I loved eco, and people go, Shadow
What
of
do
the
you know?
Colossus.
You're an idiot.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I mean, to be fair, I never got very far in Shadow of the Colossus, so I need to go back, I guess, at some point.
Okay, next one. Enslaved Odyssey to the West.
Yeah, good game.
What a game. I love
game.
this
Never
game.
played it, but I'll give you this because you like it.
It's great.
We both like this game.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so,
great.
so good.
There's
And
two.
it was co-written by Alex Garland. By the way,
Sure.
from Ex Machina. So there you go. Next game on this list, I agree with you two will poo-poo it, but I'm gonna go fucking amazing. Azura's Wrath. What a game.
Never played it, but
What?
it looks stupid as hell.
I've
What a
played it
cult
and it is
classic.
stupid as hell.
That's why I like
Alright
it.
then.
I love that
2
game.
against 1, we win. You're wrong.
Yeah, whatever. Next one, Catherine. Oh yes. This
Oh
fucking-
God!
Every
Christ.
game coming up is one of mine.
No,
Fucking
bad,
hell.
stupid.
This is
go
just a
down.
list where Stu can justify his terrible choices.
Yeah, right.
Next
Stu
one.
went looking for lists that include Catherine
No, I didn't.
and
This
other
just came
stupid
up.
bullshit.
It
No.
just came up on my
Oh, it
newsfeed.
just came up. Yeah.
Next
after
one.
6 hours of Google searching.
Deadly Premonition. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
fuck's sake!
I'm gonna
I mean,
read
you know
a
what?
list.
I
Oh
take
my
it back.
God.
You know what? Look, that one I'll give you, even though it looks stupid to me, because it's like David Lynch stupid. Like it's so weird and stupid and like bizarre. Whereas the other games, I'm just like, this is not my thing. But this is a cult movie.
It is
This
a cult classic.
game.
So is Catherine to a certain extent because I
No,
don't think that's
Catherine just
widely played.
sucks.
I haven't. I
I'm
love
just
it.
I'm gonna read a list next week of just games that I like.
And
No, but you have to call
I
it something
can't
else.
help that
and
these
post
games
it
are on
online
the
anonymously,
list.
Chin,
Okay,
so you can say
all
you
right.
found it.
Oh, I found a list on the internet. Games
Okay,
that are
next
good,
one.
and if anybody else says they're shit, they're wrong because I read it on the
Next
internet.
one, Binary Domain. What a fucking game.
Well, that's
another
fucking
one.
awful.
Binary
What
Domain. No,
another
I never
great
played that
game.
one.
It's
I think I
it's
dodged
it's
that
Japan going. Oh, we like Gears of War. Let's copy Gears of War.
bullet. Yeah.
It's so good.
No, it's not.
It was so good because there was choice and consequence in it.
No,
you know,
there
you
wasn't.
made choices and there was consequences.
Is
to the
Vanquish
choices
on
you
the
made.
fucking list?
It's the next game,
Yeah,
Vanquish.
exactly.
Thank you.
Hey,
Hey-o.
Vanquish. That's you know what? Look, as much as I love Eco, I think Eco has the best story so far on the list. Vanquish is the most fun game on the list. so
That's
far.
just
That
pure
is a
fun, man.
Fun game.
And you'll be pleased to know that's all of them. So them are all. I mean, there
God.
will be others that
Okay,
should be
fun
included.
list.
I'm sure.
Thank
Okay,
Ah,
okay.
that's
If you
good.
could include
So what-
one
go on.
game on that list, each one of us, what
Oh.
would you include?
Oh wait, no one that's not on the list already.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, I got you.
interesting.
Because cult doesn't just mean I like it; it has to have a cult following behind it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's tricky, isn't it? Tricky.
I've got one. I've
Go
got
on.
one because I don't think a lot of people played this, although I absolutely love it, and it's such an amazing game. Until Dawn is a recent one that I can think of that I think is a very overlooked game.
Hmm.
I think not many people played it. It was amazing,
Okay. Okay.
and people who played it love it.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I've got one.
Oh, you go ahead.
I'm gonna say Prison Architect.
Is that a cult classic though?
I think people look. I think there's a lot of people play
Yeah, I
that
don't
game.
think that's cultish. I don't.
No,
think it's cult.
But
I
you
think
don't
people
hear
love
about it, do you? No one's talking about it.
No, I mean I hear about it a bit.
Yeah, at the time, I think it was very popular.
Well, fuck you then. I'll think of another one.
But they were a little developer. We've met the developers of that a couple of times, haven't we? They're
Yeah.
lovely guys. Really nice
Escape
chaps.
Velocity. There's the cult classic, man. Oh,
I have
baby.
no idea what that is.
I know a lot of people don't, but this is why it's a cult classic. It was on the Macintosh way back in the day. It was this top-down 2D space game, and huge galaxy, lots of action, fighting. Combat wasn't great, but they redid a free remake called Endless Sky. Not the same developers, I don't think, but yeah, it was just. But people like to this day, if you do, there are people talking on Steam about Endless Sky, going, "This is just like Escape Velocity, and that game was everything back in the day." Oh my god.
I have just thought of another one that should have been on the list, I think, and would have been definitely should have been on the list.
Yeah,
Eternal Darkness.
Yeah, probably.
Because people love that game. It's never been ported. It was only ever on the GameCube.
Yeah.
And there was like people who played it loved it.
I've got one, but it is a very popular franchise, but no one likes it. Apart from cool people. Halo Wars.
Yes.
Halo Wars, I would agree that should be definitely on the list.
Because everybody's like,
barely anyone played it.
Halo Wars, oh my god. Halo Wars is ridiculously good.
Yeah, people loved it who played it. So yeah, I agree. That's a good choice.
Path of Exile is also one that I don't love it very much, but a lot of people really like Path of Exile, and it's like a free Diablo clone, and it's a good game. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
So
What was that? Otherworld? Is it Otherworld? That terrible Oblivion ripoff that was. Really...
Oh no, you're talking about Oblivion ripoff. Oh no, Two Worlds.
Two Worlds. There were quite a few people at the time loved that game, and it was awful.
Well, they said they loved it. Did they really though?
I don't know.
Wasn't there a Two Worlds 2?
Yeah, they made a second one, which was just as bad as the first one.
Right.
It was just as bad as the first one. Right. Okay. And that's the news.
Okay.
There was a lot of news tonight. That was it.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks
A
everybody.
lot of news, people.
We got some Discord. We got some Discord
we've got
people.
One email first.
What?
One email.
Discord.
Discord. Discord.
Okay, first one is from Fraser. He says, what is your worst game save crash? Have you had any game save crashes?
Well, I think I've already told my story, but I'll tell it again real quick. Final Fantasy VII, we used to sit around just watching each other play that game. I stayed up all night one time. This was after I had graduated from New College. It was I think it was the summer after I graduated. And I was, so I was, talk. Sorry, I think I just muted you.
No, yeah, hello.
Say something?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So anyway, right. So I stayed up all night, and my roommates came out to go to class in the morning. They were like, "Have you been up all night?" I was like, "Yeah, I just got really in the zone." They're like, "That's it. You have to stop. We're going to class. We're taking the cartridge. We're taking the disc out." They went to take the disc out of the PS1. I was like, "No, wait. I just got to finish what I'm doing here. I'll save it, and then I really will take a break." And they're like, "All right." And they went to class, and then they came back, and they came in the room, and they looked at me, and I was sitting on the Papasan chair, and the controller was out of my hand, and they looked at the screen, and they realized what had happened. I went to save it, but I accidentally saved over. I accidentally loaded a game instead of saved my game. We all had backups, though, so I went to load my backup, and instead what I did was the game I had just loaded was I saved it over my backup. So I had wiped out 25 hours. Now, today, 25 hours doesn't sound like a lot, but back then, that was everything. That was the biggest gaming
a lot of
adventure
game.
any of us have ever been on. So that was a hell of a moment.
Wow. Yeah, I remember the story. Remember you telling me.
Yep.
I don't think I've had a really bad game crash that's actually ruined the game or being unable to finish the game because of a.
You're unable to finish that sentence.
But I know, yeah. But Cyberpunk 2077 came very close. I had quite a few fucking. I had a mission that I couldn't complete because it didn't trigger the end cutscene.
Yeah.
And I'd spent about an hour doing a mission and then I had to do it all again.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, towards the end, I did finish the game, but towards the end, I was worried that something was going to happen to prevent me from finishing it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the most pleasant experience playing through that game because I was constantly thinking that something was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Constantly, all the time.
I never had. I can't think of one, but I know Tara had one. And she was so pissed off with it. Which was Batman Arkham Asylum.
Oh.
So she loved Batman Arkham Asylum. She was playing it all the time, and she got to the Poison Ivy boss fight, which is like,
Oh yeah, well, you've got to clear all the plants.
which is like, I don't know, like about
quite a way
70%
Yeah,
through
it's
the
a long-
story.
it's a
Like
fair way in.
she's in, and it crashed, and it was like it was a known issue about the game, and like it happened to quite a few people, and yeah, she had that, and she never finished it. She never played it again. She's like, oh, I'm done.
It's horrible.
She can be stubborn sometimes, so she was like, you know what? Screw
feel
you,
like I
Batman.
have.
And every time she sees Batman now, she spits on him, even if it's on the TV screen.
I feel like I have played a game and I can't think what it is, where it did an autosave literally a second before I died.
Yeah.
And then every time it reloaded, I literally just died again straight away.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what that was, but it was definitely something
That
has
happened
to me.
a lot in Mass Effect Andromeda, by the way. Like, you know, when it first came out, there was like people that were saving it, and they were like falling through the floor, and it kept on saving, falling through the floor. But yeah, so that's everything. So thank you, Fraser, for that. We got another Discord. So the Tim Reaper says, "Is there one game that that started your love for games? Mine was Mario Brothers 3 on the NES. I played it solid for weeks and never looked back. So what was the one game that made you go, I want to keep playing video games?"
Right, Duke, you go first.
Pool of Radiance, the first gold box RPG. It was a Dungeons and Dragons official D&D game. It was the first role-playing game I ever fell in love with, and it was so entrancing. I was so into these characters I had created. I felt so invested in the combat, and it was so satisfying when my friends and I beat, because it was the days of like, okay, it's your character, you go, and like, what do you want to do? Move me over there on the screen or whatever. Couch co-op of the classic kind. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh man. Yeah, and like, it had like a 3D walk around thing, kind of like Doom, except, turn-based. You go forward and left and right, whatever. Oh god, looking at these screens, it takes me back.
Just for the audio listeners, it looks like
amazing.
It looks like I'm looking at teletext.
It looks amazing.
It really is. But you had different bodies you could have, different torsos, different weapons you could be holding. It was so good. And yeah, I mean, you roll characters, you give them your own.
So what was
names,
so is the gist of the game like a kind of text adventure sort of thing, or?
It wasn't text adventure. It was.
No?
They will show you eventually. If you skip ahead in this video,
Oh, okay.
they'll show you like you actually have first person view when you're walking around this area,
Really?
and then you have.
Oh right, I
combat
see it.
top.
Yeah, I see it. Right,
Yeah.
okay.
And like it was still very basic by today's standards, but it was like so revolutionary at the time and so satisfying because you could tell it was this living world. You went to the office of the quest giver, and she'd give you quests, and then you go to the slums and fight monsters. And
This reminds me of like because just for the audio listeners, like the majority of the screen, the bottom is like text, and the top left is like an image of you walking through, and it's like just images basically, and the top right is like your abilities and your like hit points or whatever. It reminds me of those, those choose your own adventure books where you put those like numbers in the first page and that sort of stuff.
If you played it properly.
Yeah, I mean, I did.
Let's be honest, we all kept our finger in the page.
No, I could barely read, so I was just like, I know, I'll just go.
We all went back if we made the wrong decision.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, right? For me, I could easily go, oh yeah, it was when I played Pong on the Atari, but it wasn't.
No.
Right. And those games, as much as a distraction and kind of fun for about 5-10 minutes, they were. And they could even go, oh, well, there's an expectation. But even on that, I've barely ever finished a game. It was just kind of play a game for 10 minutes and stick another tape in.
Yeah.
Right? We never really completed a game. And I don't think it was until I played Another World on the Commodore Amiga that I went, games can be more than just like shooting shit for 5 minutes.
Well, that was one of the first, like story. I mean, Zork, of course, but Zork could, the first graphical.
I played Zork as well. I played Zork too.
Right, but Another World was one of the first story-based graphical games, which was really something.
Had a full-on intro.
That showed us
full
something
intro, the full Monty.
Yeah.
And then
I can see you drove here in your Ferrari, Professor.
Yeah, and then following that, The Secret of Monkey Island probably topped it.
I remember the Another World introduction because I had it on the Amiga.
Yeah.
And like, I still look at this art style and think it looks brilliant. Do you know what I mean? Like, it still looks cool.
Because for the time, the thing that's important for the time was they put the time into it. They
Yeah.
knew they couldn't do like photorealistic, but they took the time to make it interesting.
And the music
polished.
was brilliant. It's like Daft Punk with her back then because the music's so cool.
I made I used to draw comics and stuff when I was a kid, and a lot of the view perspectives of the comics were the gameplay of Another World.
Cool.
Do you know that's how much it inspired me to draw and stuff like that. That's how much I loved it, and it was imprinted in my brain. Yeah. That and a lot of Mortal Kombat as well. So there you go. But that's not my game. My game that I fell in love with. Now I played
Can I guess?
Go on.
Mario 64.
It wasn't Mario 64.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I'm older.
shocked.
I am older than that.
Oh,
And the game that I remember being obsessed with, yes, I played 1, 2, and 3, but the one that I was like, this is just ridiculous, is Super Mario World.
I knew it'd be Mario in it.
That's the one. I remember playing 1. I've got a very, very vivid memory because we didn't have a NES, so somebody that Pete knew brought a NES over, and we used to play. There was a volleyball game on there, and we used to play Mario 1, but we didn't really have a NES. So then when we had a Super Nintendo, and Mom would let us play it before Christmas and while Dad was out, and then put it back away. Street Fighter 2 and Super Mario World was the games that me and Pete were just obsessed with, and Mario World for me is just like the game. I play that now. I get nostalgic for it now. I'm watching it now. I could easily play Mario now for 3 hours and be completely happy. I'll play Mario World when I'm 60. You know what I mean?
Played this for one of the 24-hour gaming things.
I played every Mario game for the 24-hour thing in order, which I don't know if anybody's playing Mario 1 recently. Mario 1 is so difficult without cheating, without warping. It's so difficult. Mario 2 is almost like a fucking heart attack. Mario 3, I wanted to kill myself because I was so tired. But by the time I got to Mario World is like a pair of slippers for me. There's no, I know,
like a breath of fresh
I know every nook and cranny of Mario World. And to be fair to you, Stu, Mario 64, that was the first game that I paid for the 64 myself. So it was I earned Mario 64, but and I know every corner of Mario 64 as well. But yeah, Mario World was the one where I'm just obsessed. Look, this guy here on this gameplay, he's just Mr. fucking Beanstalk. Do you know what I mean? What's he doing?
Oh, this guy knows nothing.
He knows nothing.
So.
Knows nothing. Yeah, Mario World for me. And then the other Discord question, we have one more.
Good question.
Thank you, Tim Reaper. Is from Korzan. Korzan says, what has been the best early access game you have bought and played? So these are these games that come out early, like Rust or Minecraft.
Rust.
Minecraft was the absolute start of this stuff. They release a beta and they go, and then you play into it.
I'm trying to feel what I've played on early
I've already mentioned mine. Mine is Prison Architect. That came out as an open beta. They didn't release it, and I was obsessed with it. And I thought this is great. And then they didn't release it for ages and ages, and then they released it. And I play every 2 years or something. I'll just play Prison Architect because it's so brilliant. So I'll get the itch.
I've got one, but I wasn't as impressed with the full release.
Go on.
And that's Bright Memory Infinite, the original Bright Memory demo. I thought was amazing. Game, the full game, not so much. Yeah. But I really like the original one. Yeah. So there you go. That's mine.
Duke.
I was at Rust. I think Rust.
Got to be Rust, doesn't it?
Yeah, gotta be Rust.
Gotta
have my Rust.
Gotta be Rust.
I mean, I'm still playing it all these years later, but it was amazing before it came out for real, and they've only kept making it. I mean, better and better, maybe it is. I should say it is, but it's also not as well optimized as it once was, and it's never been great optimized.
No.
The other one I thought about was Phasmophobia in early access when we very first played.
Probably still is, to be fair. I don't know.
Because that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good early access.
Yeah.
It is still in early access. That's another good one.
Yeah.
Phasmophobia, and apparently they have done a lot of stuff to it since we last played it.
No.
It's been updated a lot.
Okay, well, those are the Discord questions. Thank you, Fraser. Thank you, Tim Reaper and Korzan.
We've got one email. Just the one. Is it worth doing the intro for the email?
Of course, it's worth
doing. Of course.
And it's from our friend of the show, Jason.
There's a guy.
And he says, kill your television.
Rage Against the Machine.
He says, hey, gamers, I was going to play some games today, but I decided to finish season 2 of Undone on Prime.
Okay.
One of the best shows I have ever watched. You look it up, you'd like it. I started watching Outer Range, and it's great so far. It's about a mysterious hole. Yeah, I've been looking at Outer Range, actually. I think I might watch that. It looks pretty cool. I did watch the first episode of Undone, and I was very impressed. I really, really liked it. Very clever. Very cool. It's a rotoscope, so it's like an adult cartoon. And what's kind of weird, Kay was having a shower. I was watching it while we were on holiday, and she was having a shower, so I was like, oh, I'll just watch this, pal. It's like, they're like half-an-hour episodes or whatever, so they're not like terribly long. And obviously she could hear it from the shower, and then came in and went, what are you watching?
Right.
You know, like I was watching something weird, or like there's something that shouldn't be watched by someone. And she's like, well, I heard the voices. I thought it was going to be real actors and stuff. I'm like, well, it is. No, it isn't. Like, no.
Is that
no,
Bob
it's
Odenkirk?
No, it's the woman from not Avatar.
No.
What?
Bob Odenkirk, the Better Call Saul. Is that Better Call Saul?
What is what Better Call Saul?
The character, one of the characters.
Not that I'm aware of. I've only watched the first episode, so I couldn't tell you.
Undone cast. Bob Odenkirk. Man,
well, there you
that
go.
took
He's in
so
it.
long. I'm exhausted.
Oof. But he isn't in it yet, so I've not seen him.
Right.
But it's about a woman and stuff that happens to her in her life, and it is pretty good. The first
Rosa
episode
Salazar.
is pretty good. It
Rosa
was kind of-
Who's Rosa Salazar?
She's
I
in
don't
the.
know. She's listed first, but Davey Diggs is in it. He's in, Sorry to bother you.
Alita.
She's in Alita Battle Angel, so
And-
she plays the lead character in that.
And she plays the young girl in Bird Box.
Yeah, she's good in Alita. I liked
bad either.
Alita. But anyway, she's a really good actress. The thing was really good. Kay thought it was weird.
Yeah.
So there you go. Definitely worth watching though. So good recommendation. I will definitely watch more of it. It was cool.
Yeah.
And it was good story, good acting, obviously. But yeah, Kay said, well, it's not real film. Like, yeah, it is. It's rotoscope. Well, it's cartoon. I'm like, well, it kind of is, but it's drawn over the actors. So it's like the actors are acting.
Yeah.
She didn't get it.
Some people just can't look past the fact that it's animated. That's just the way it is.
People don't like adult cartoons, do they? You just think it's weird watching a cartoon if it's for adults.
Yeah.
Very odd. Anyway, that's it. I think we need to do some shout outs and get the hell out of here.
I think that's it, people.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
Duke, we'll let you go first.
Yeah, okay. I want to shout out everybody who's been participating in the Duke polls. The most recent Duke poll was flooring, and Hardwood won with 78% of the vote. I actually like carpeting, but
Oh my God.
I
Carpet.
like the appeal of
Carpet every fucking day.
Nobody wants linoleum.
Well, apparently not. Certainly, no one likes dirt floors, which I can't.
No,
argue with.
dirt floors. No.
Yeah. Other polls that I've done recently. Hang on a second. Oh yeah. The best feel-good electronic group from the '90s. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Erasure over Orbital? Are you kidding me? No.
Oh,
But 12 votes came
Erasure.
in.
They
no.
are electronic, but I guess it's
Whatever.
Vince Clarke. He was very electronic and synthy. What was the other choices?
Orbital.
No, was it just between them two?
Yes.
Oh, it was a weird choice of two.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. The point is that Erasure won, which is wrong. It's Orbital all day, every day. Y'all.
Well, they had some good songs. People don't know Orbital as much as Erasure, though. That's what
Well,
you got
they
to
should.
accept.
They're a cult classic. Anyway.
But I agree with
yeah,
Orbital,
one more
by the
poll.
way.
And I only started putting the hashtag on it. Otherwise, oh, yeah, Marty sent me the butt, mushroom butt. That was awesome. Thank you, Marty. Yeah, and then I asked, of the Watchmen, which one's the best? And everybody chose Rorschach, as I knew they would. I don't like Rorschach as much as I like Night Owl, but... I mean, Rorschach's a great character. Don't get me
All
wrong,
power
but
to him.
he's not the best of the people, so, I mean, whatever. Let me make sure I don't have anybody else. Oh, yeah, Amara's melting. He's supposed to be sending me a speak pipe with that, but whatever.
He didn't. He didn't. Anyway,
But he went to see RoboCop, special anniversary edition of RoboCop. So
okay. I'm going to shout out, obviously, Gary Walker-Jones.
yeah.
Nicole, MS Rangers, Chinny, obviously, and we had some good fun doing some VR shit for a change. So yeah. So thank you to you guys for joining in, and we'll do it again in another 6 months.
Word.
Word.
Chinny, over to you.
Shout out to the Discord people who left that. Fraser, Tim Reaper, and Corzan. Shout out to the people that joined us on Friday. That's about it, really. Lovely job.
Yeah, thanks to everybody listening. Thank you, SLH.
We're done.
Thank you, Jeff Stab and Antonio and Tainted Brain and Soul Brother number 1.
What?
Flip it about. There we go.
There we are.
By the way, can I
Yes.
say only 900 minutes of listening needed for me to hit 100,000 minutes on Mixcloud.
Okay.
So get listening, people. Listen to some of my mixes. Get me up to 100,000 minutes. I'm close.
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
Dude,
It's a lot of hours. People have listened to my mixes for a lot of hours.
Yes.
So there you go. That's it. We're done. See you later, all.
You just wanted to say that last bit, Dick. Do you know what I mean? You just wanted to do that last flex.
Well, of course.
Yeah. See you
He's
later, all.
hoping that I'll cut off the recording as soon as he says it. So, it's like
So
the
he's
last
hoping
thing
he's
you'll
got the last word,
that's
but
not
he
what's gonna
won't.
happen.
No.
I'm still recording.
Bye, all.
He can keep
See you
saying
all.
bye, but it's
See
not
you
going to
all.
end the recording.
Have a nice evening, day,
I'm
morning,
gonna make an
whenever you're
announcement to end the
wherever
recording
you're
for real.
listening.
You ready? Here's the
Cool.
actual ending announcement.
Oh, okay.
I'm holding a red pen.
Bye.
Nope, I cut you off.
Still
before you
do it.
said
Still do it.
Oh,
bye.
damn it. Trying to get it in
Sorry.
there. Trying to get it in.
Why do you want to have the last word?
I don't know.
For the same reason I wanted to have the last word, I suppose.
Exactly. Same reason, people. Right, I've got to go. I'm back at work tomorrow, so I suppose I better go to bed.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Have fun.
And back at work. It's been good while it lasted, but it never lasts
I should
long
grade some more
enough.
papers tonight, but I don't think I'm going to. Shh, don't tell anyone.
Radio, good night, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
See you
Peace out,
laters.
fam.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Bye.